Total fucking Where's Kylie?
Kyle is not answering his phone right now.
What an ass. He said he was down.
I know he was. So,
What a twat snizzle.
tonight's topic, we're doing movies, current, new, that are coming out, and movies we think that they should make, video games, out, new, soon coming, and games they should make, and just other bullshit.
General media wants, and like I was saying earlier, um, like say Facebook came out with something new feature or whatever, saying, and for you to like give your opinion on it or to say, hey, they should change such and such and whatever. um,
I'll let you start it off
oh, I,
tonight.
anybody got anything they want to start off with?
Well, I have one I can rant about because it's already coming out, but I think we'll save that one for later. But
Is it the big one that just dropped?
No, this one.
Yeah.
But that's later.
This one.
It's been coming out for 5 years, but there's supposed to be a new Spawn movie coming out.
Ooh, that'll be great with like all the visual effects that have advanced since the '90s.
Yeah, but I've heard that it's supposed to be a
We can't hear
a
you.
horror movie.
A horror movie?
I really hope they don't do that. Like, yeah, have the gore and guts and whatever, but don't make it like a jump scare movie. It's not supposed to be that. It's a anti-hero movie like Venom.
Yeah, but we'll see. It's supposed to be out like 5 years ago.
Oh, kind of like Cyberpunk, how they kept like pushing it back.
Yes.
I haven't heard any updates from it.
Yeah.
See, boys, I want to start off with this whole conversation that I'm kind of not. Let's say I'm against watching trailers. I hear stuff that comes out. I don't like watching trailers or diving into too much because, especially anymore, there's been so much that it gives away that kind of ruins the movie. I know,
but I can focus.
I don't know. Especially a lot of my shows and stuff that I watch, they start doing like post episodes or showing a trailer for the next episode. I don't care. I'm gonna watch when I watch it. I'd rather not have that, even those little glimpses of things from. I don't know.
Has anybody well, first off, that focus thing, it takes on the person with the most feedback for the voice. One that I came across last night that I didn't even know it was one being made. Two, I never saw a commercial for it, but was Scream. It released in January.
Yeah.
Which has all the original cast and stuff like that. That didn't die. Courtney Cox looks fucked up. She's had so much plastic surgery, like she's damn near squinting.
Damn.
But you can tell like how her mouth moves. It's like she's restricted on how her mouth moves because of just how they pulled it back, you know. But I watched the trailer through Vudu, and unless there's some sort of twist as far as something new that was put in the movie, like obviously there's something that's always kept out of the trailers, just so people get like something in the movie theater. But if they do something different, then I'll be with it. But like with the last one they did, it was Sydney's cousin or something that wanted the spotlight or whatever. But basically, it felt like it was it's either a person from the past coming to wrap up loose ends, or it's a new person trying to embody the Scream person and just become the new Scream person, you know?
So it's basically copycat.
Yes.
Basically, but yeah, it's either a copycat or it's somebody from the past.
Are they just whipping a dead horse with that at this point?
This has to be.
Yes.
It's almost to the extent of like Fast and Furious.
Oh,
Like,
I
'cause they're on,
stopped
like,
watching
movie, what,
those. I
7
stopped
or
watching
8?
those after
Fast and
6 or
Furious,
something
No,
like
no, no,
that.
no, no, no. Scream.
They're on 5 now.
5.
This will be the 5th one.
But they're also doing that to Halloween.
Halloween is coming to an end.
That's another. That's
that
another
just
horse.
ended, didn't
It's
it, with
just
the last movie?
Yes.
Yeah, because
I thought it was trash.
I haven't watched it, but I thought she
Complete
killed him.
trash. Complete fucking trash. They're gonna
glad Bam's
be.
not here.
They're also gonna be coming out with a new Nightmare on Elm Street.
That'll
Again?
that'll be interesting.
This is his quote unquote final chapter.
Well,
Now-
see, that's something. It's a little bit more understandable between the two entities,
I hope
Michael
they.
Myers and Freddy Krueger, because
Well, if
Freddy
they-
Krueger's kind of.
Well, Michael Myers is a
Okay.
physical being, and
Freddy Krueger was
is a
as
person
an
that,
imaginative figure
yeah,
that only appeared in dreams.
until Jason versus Freddy or Freddy versus Jason.
I'm saying, who do they have planned? Because I'm kind of ignorant to, especially a lot of those. I wasn't big into a lot of those horror films between all of them, between Freddy Krueger, Jason,
Yeah.
Michael Myers. I've seen them around with other friends, but I've never in my free time sat down and watched any of them.
On your own power type thing. Yeah.
Yeah, so is the dude that played Freddy Krueger still even able to play
The
that
thing
role?
is, with the last one that was made, it was made by a different producer for one, but it was made by the guy, or it was played by the guy that plays Rorschach. And
The
with,
original
like,
Freddy Krueger passed away.
Yes.
oh, did he? Oh shit! I didn't know that.
Yep, he passed
Um,
away 3, 4, 5 years ago.
4
I-
years ago, I believe.
I didn't know
Yeah.
that. But like, so the latest Nightmare was like the Nightmare. It was made, I want to say probably in 2010 ish. But it was the guy that plays Rorschach. With like different kind of it was a mixture between actual effects and CGI. It wasn't a bad take on it. It's only the storyline that fucked with me. They turned him into a pedophile.
Well,
Like,
he's been a pedophile.
Yeah.
no,
He has been a pedophile. But while he's
but in the past ones, it hasn't been, oh, he's touching children. It was.
It,
I can't
no,
remember.
it was. Because in the
Say what?
original, you see him messing with a doll, and he throws it into the fire, and that's the insinuation, because in the 80s, they don't say, like, the
I
shit
thought
that
he
they
was
mean.
just like kidnapping and like cutting them up.
no.
It wasn't he a pedophile and that before he became Freddy Krueger? Wasn't that
He
the
was a janitor
whole concept?
No.
Oh.
So
based off of.
technically, he was classified as a janitor, and he died because the school thought something was going on,
And the parents came after him.
and exactly.
And
So
he
he's
ended
a
up
pedophile.
trapped in a building, burnt the building down. That's how he got
Inkster
started.
48 had a question if it's a continuation of the last Freddy Krueger movie, the 2010 one, or is it a new series?
So everything that I've seen, it's showing a continuation.
So
So
it's
it's
played
a
by the same dude, the Rorschach guy.
Yeah, everything that
Oh,
I'm
okay.
seeing, it's a continuation.
That's good, because I don't think I could handle another Freddy Krueger, as an actor, because I personally think the last guy, I don't know his name, somebody can throw it up if they want to, but
Oh, Robert England?
no, the Rorschach guy,
Oh.
he did a great, like his vocals and stuff on it, the voice of it was a great take on it. I personally liked it, and it was like a realistic burning to his face and stuff, like his nose, part of his nose was missing.
Just so you guys know, I share a birthday with Jason Voorhees.
Really?
Yep,
That's
June
dope.
13th is Friday the 13th.
Nice.
No, it didn't give a backstory in the original, which sucked. They waited to give a backstory until
The 2010 movie.
the 2010 movie, I
That's
believe.
what I was saying. Like, they turned him into a pedo in the 2010 movie because before he was just a kid slasher.
Well, doesn't that make you hate him more?
Well, yeah, but it's not a pedophile though. Like, that's like diddling kids and then cutting them up.
I mean,
Well,
diddling kids and killing kids is kind of in the same boat.
No,
No.
because it's still murder. It's just murder. If you kidnap somebody just to kill them, and then kidnap somebody to fuck them, and then kill them, that's a different step in there. Puts you in a different realm.
But
Even if it's a full ass adult, you know.
it's still in the last movies, like the recent one before the 2010 remake.
Okay.
He was like
That
real
was the
rapey
Jason
with
or Freddy
adults.
versus Jason, right?
Yeah, he was rapey with adults.
Yeah, he was very sexually charged with females. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I will say Freddy versus Jason was.
Huh. So Pinkster said
Round
Jackie
two.
Earl Haley is the newer actor for Freddy. He does a fantastic job,
In my opinion.
In my opinion.
And we appreciate that opinion. Was it Pink?
Pinkster.
Yeah, Pinkster.
I don't
But
appreciate
I
your
think
opinion.
he does a good job of portraying a bad guy.
Yes.
Yeah. Even as Rorschach, like Rorschach's an anti-hero, and
Rorschach is a freaking menace.
he's a beast, is what he
Rorschach,
is.
what's that from?
Watchmen.
Watchmen, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was gonna rewatch that the other night. I seen it was on. I didn't.
Rorschach is the one who has the
The
white mask that changes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he's a Rorschach mask.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Rorschach.
I was
Rorschach
watching-
test is the ink blots and stuff.
I remember I was gonna watch that, but then I started watching the Book of Boba Fett and got stuck on that for 2 days.
I need to watch Watchmen again because I've only seen it in 3 separate parts. Because it's like one time I tried to watch it, got the beginning, and then I went to a friend's house one day and got the middle, and so stuff's always like intervened, and then I ended up watching the very end. But I need to watch it all the way through.
Are you comfortable?
I will say,
Yeah, I'm fine.
if it's true to the comics, I will enjoy it. But if it's not, I really gotta like. I either have to have not read the comic, or like it has to do a good job.
You talking about the movie Watchmen?
No.
That or any other comic book
Oh,
movie.
okay.
Like they messed up Spawn immensely.
Terribly.
Yeah, and
Is
like
it-
Terribly.
I'm gonna-
in the '90s, they had the ability. Sorry, Corbin. They had the ability to have good effects. They just didn't spend money on it.
Mhm.
Like the Matrix came out in the '90s.
Corbin, what were you gonna say?
I want to I don't think reiterates, but put this. The same thing I got to explain
Revisit?
to Kyle. With granted, not like using example, not counting like the avatars, like cartoon to live action, the comic book realm and cinematic realm,
Yeah.
they should be able to adapt and do what they want to because they are different universes.
Completely
Yes.
agree.
So I mean, unless they completely fuck it up, that's one thing. But these little bits, little changes they do, they're allowed to because they are just like a different comic book universe. They're taking their
You want to scoot over
take
like
on it
4
and
inches?
doing what they want because it's a whole different universe.
Like
I will say,
And Marvel has proven that entirely because they've just.
what
it's
about
supposed to be.
Ong
That's
and
exactly
Yang?
what it is.
Huh?
Oh no! Like I said, no. Fuck that. That's a whole different subject. When you go from cartoon live action, don't mess with that. Don't mess with it at all. Don't ong me.
He's all up in my face.
Ooh, and I
Okay.
own that DVD just entirely just to show people the shittiness of it.
I will say, from the Spawn movie, I love John Leguizamo as the Violator.
Oh, and they better have him again. Like
He was. I will say he was the perfect amount of. There were some bits they can cut out, like the whole cheerleading bit.
yeah.
Cut that out. But
I
his
remember that
voice-
cheerleading. What?
You don't remember the cheerleading
No,
clown?
I do remember it. It's not cut out.
No, I say they need to. Like, leave that out.
Oh.
Yeah.
That had to do with the plot, and it had nothing to do with the violator.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
agree.
It was a comedic turn on the creativity, but the raunchiness of the violator and
Yes.
all the side little spews and whatever you want to call it was great, and it was a lot of ad lib too.
Yes.
And so it with the character that it is and how much prosthetic has to go into that, he can still play that character. He's not that old.
You going to join? All right. We got a guest.
Oh, what's
Who's
up? Who this?
This is my roommate, Alex.
What up, Alex?
Oh shit.
You suck at Fortnite.
You suck at Fortnite.
This is Queen.
That's Queen Fuckboy. That's Joker. And that's Captain Smoky Beard. I'm Noodle Man.
Yeah.
What up,
Holy
man?
shit! I didn't know you were black.
Dude, I had to sweat so
Caught that motherfucker by surprise.
I had to sweat so hard on that second match on that gun game we played because I was like, "There's no fucking way he's beating me."
Oh, no, and I was rooting everyone against him. I was like, nope, this is the last one.
So, Joker, explain
Yeah.
the topic again.
It is movies out now. New movies coming out. Movies we think that should be made. That they've not made a sequel or shown a prequel to anything. Video games that are out now. Video games that are coming out. And games that we think that should be made.
And then general media, if there's a new feature on say Snapchat or Facebook, whatever, if you like something or just want to bring it up in basically all media,
And then we just bullshitting.
Yep.
fill in the cracks.
Y'all need to share the screen.
Did we already hit on Uncharted?
No,
Not yet.
Has everybody watched Uncharted yet?
No.
Ah.
Is
I
it
want
worth
to.
it?
I want to so bad. I used to have PlayStation.
You don't have to give spoilers, but is it worth it?
So you've played the video game, right?
Yes.
So one thing that I personally did not like about the movie was, so I understand Tom Holland, he's a great actor and whatnot, but he does not embody it.
Nope.
Nathan Drake is about like 28 years old. He's a grown ass man, and Tom Holland does not look like a grown ass man.
No,
Tom
even
Holland's
though
great.
he is like that
But
age,
he's
so
not the
yeah.
body type of Nathan Drake.
Yes, he is not. He does not look like him. So I did not agree
Lay
with
down.
that. But is the movie good? It's entertaining.
So is it
Was
worth
it better
watching?
if Mark Wahlberg played him? Because that's who was originally supposed to play that role.
Oh, Mark Wahlberg fucking killed that movie. That he is. Mark Wahlberg is still Mark Wahlberg. We like him.
Okay.
Yeah. He made that movie 100% worth it.
I like the onesie, by the way.
Thank you.
Okay, so he's in that movie? Because I thought he was originally supposed to play
No, he's in the
lead.
movie.
I thought he was supposed to originally play the lead role, and then they gave it to Tom Holland.
No, he's in the movie. He's a second actor.
Secondary character.
Yeah,
I think the
forget-
main
Don't
part.
start.
I think the main part that like really messes with my head on the whole Nathan Drake part is one, the stature, like how tall he isn't, and then facial hair. Like Nathan Drake, yeah, he was clean shaven at times, but he had that rugged
Scruffy.
beard, the scruff to the skin
And
beard.
Tom Holland can't do that.
Nope.
Weirdly enough, I think Tom Cruise would make a great Nathan Drake. I don't know why.
Yeah, mainly
I feel
because he
like
does his own stunts. Still to
That
this day.
and like I feel like he looked kind of like Nathan Drake. I would.
Yeah,
put Tom-
jawline and yeah.
I'll give you
Or
that.
Chris Pratt.
I'll give you that.
I was trying to think of like a known actor that has like the jawline, because I was like first thinking like Keanu
Chris
Reeves, like
Pratt.
short hair with beard, Keanu Reeves, but I was like he has too slender of a face. I need that square jawline.
Who else would be a good one?
Chris Pratt.
Yeah,
That would have been good.
it would
That would have been
it
good.
would have been good as far as
'Cause he's-
the story and everything, but as far as looks and going off of what the imagery is, he doesn't have dark enough hair.
And still, I think it would have fit perfect.
A young Brendan Fraser.
Yes, exactly. Like,
Very underrated actor, by the way. It's,
even if he
Yes.
was the Journey to the Center of the Earth age, like, and had
Yeah.
that scruff,
Yeah.
perfect. He,
the Mummy,
he's fat and bald now.
everything. Which Bedazzled, one of his best movies.
Oh
Mummy?
yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
I still have a love for Tarzan, even though it's a quorky movie.
Yes.
Oh no,
George
George of the Jungle. George of the Jungle.
George
Oh.
of the Jungle. Watch out for that tree. Yeah.
Okay.
I love it. In the third one or the second one, they made a thing, shit talking. You know, I love Brendan Fraser, but there's him like, oh, we couldn't pay old George enough.
Oh yeah.
Old George wanted too much money.
I still have
No.
a
Studio
special
couldn't
spot
afford
for.
Brendan Fraser, so they have me.
Yeah, I still have a special spot for Airheads.
Yeah.
That's when he had the fucking.
He is a rocker, and he like took over a radio building.
Never
You're
seen
thinking
that.
of Coneheads.
Oh, no, I'm not thinking of Coneheads. I'm thinking of Brendan Fraser had hair that was stuck up like this.
No, it was long and down like Pearl Jam.
I remember that one where they were like.
Is he talking about Night of the Roxbury?
Coneheads was a great movie.
Coneheads was a good movie, but I know what one you're talking about where the news guy comes in. All right, Van Halen pre-split or post-split? They were like Van Halen or Van Hagar. And the news reporter was like this. No, you're a fucking poser. Get out.
Right.
Okay, what shows are they revamping? Because I know they're continuing Futurama.
And they got the
And
original actor of Bender back on.
They should have most of the original people, I would assume.
They were fighting for him to come back.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
There was a big money deal, and he didn't want to be portrayed like that.
But they're not revamped.
agree,
They're not
Kingston.
redoing it. They're continuing it, aren't
Yeah.
they? So that should make it at least better. Because if they were revamping it and changing it, then that would probably not work out as well as it's going to.
Right there. I think
But what else do they? I know there's a few other things, shows in like cartoons themselves that they're doing continuations of. I just can't remember what. But most of my research I was going to do spent like going to get my propane and stuff, so I missed out on doing a lot of research.
I did a lot of
that's
movie
killing me.
research and video games.
There's a show coming back. Oh, they're doing
Supernatural?
they're doing a That's So 90s show.
Huh?
The kids of That's So 70s.
What's that? So 70s.
That 70s show?
That 70 show?
Yeah,
That 70s show. Okay, I was like, are you talking about like That's So Raven? I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
That's the
That's
Raven.
what
I
I-
was like,
That's what I went to.
But no, yeah, they're coming back with
That's so 90s.
a sequel series.
I'm down with it.
that
I love How I
90s
Met
show?
Your Father has been a great fucking show.
Yes, it has.
We haven't watched that. You guess what? You know what caught me more than that when I started watching it? I didn't realize until I think Ron told me by episode 2 I was watching that it was Hilary Duff playing the main role.
It's me.
For what?
It
Hillary
was me. It was me.
Oh man, I got so
The
happy
Hillary
about that. I
Duff
was like,
is the
you're
main
fucking
character
right.
in that show.
In what show?
How I Met Your Father.
Oh, hey, yeah. And guess what?
Yeah. And
Oh, wait. I think the side bitch is Jamie Lynn.
No.
Or what's that? What movie is that?
the little Mexican girl, man. Oh.
No. There's a movie or TV show.
Calm down, Corbin.
She's Puerto Rican.
Oh no, I just watched an episode, and man, there's so much more revealing, and don't care what they're showing. Both of the main lead actors in that show are thick with multiple C's, and I love every second of it.
So,
Yes, Pinkster Airheads was underrated. Sorry.
I will say, transferring from movies to games, I am immensely excited for this new Breath of the Wild.
What's that about?
But then they just come out
the
with
Verizon?
one not too long ago.
They made a remaster of A Link's Awakening.
You know the one that they use basically the same mechanics for the new Pokemon?
In a way, yes.
No, what? No.
Yeah, so no, what they just came out with one not too long ago that's got the same mechanics and I was talking this because
He's
my
giving us
family,
the
my
rock eye.
brother,
Look at him.
and my dad play a lot of the new Zelda.
Okay.
It's like more open world and
Fucking stop
very.
on me. But no, it's open world, but there's Breath of the Wild is open storyline basically. Like there's set places to go, but you also have the option to travel and do whatever. You could beat the speedrunners beat the game in like 5 minutes.
Really?
Like something I don't know the exact time, but they glitched the hell out of it, and then they beat the game.
5 fucking minutes?
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
but But the new Breath of the Wild, we don't have the actual title yet. I'm pretty sure they're going to reveal it at E3 for this year because it's supposed to come out this year. It brings back one of the core enemies that is the Zelda franchise, and that is Ganon.
Oh, okay.
Or Ganondorf, whatever you want to call him.
Ganondorf.
Ganondorf is his human form, yes. And he is, well, in the Zelda universe, a zombie is called a re-dead.
Really?
And in the first trailer, like back when I was in Korea in 2019, yeah, I was in Korea, but I was watching the live stream of E3, and one of the last few parts of the trailer, you just see the dead body fucking snap its head towards you and its eyes glow. And I am extremely excited. And then this last, not this last Nintendo Direct, but one or two ago, they released a teaser for the game. And it's so much going on. Like, there's now sky levels, there's now fucking new powers, there's something going on with Link's arm, which I want to know about. And it's just, there is so much going on and so much I'm looking forward to. I will let you guys know, the moment that game drops, I will not be seen or heard from for as long as it takes me to complete that game.
I will tell you this now. Kyle said the same exact thing about Elden Ring.
And we've been playing with him.
But he goes, yeah, I've been working too much to even play it.
That's life.
That is life. But the thing is,
for y'all workers, I'm retired.
I will take leave to play this game.
You're pronouncing it wrong. It's retard.
Look,
but
it's not my fault.
Retard.
That is the game that I am excited about the most. Like, I might even upgrade my Switch if I can afford it to get a new Switch to better playing, better whatever.
Oh yeah, they have the OLED Switch now,
Yeah,
isn't it?
but that's only for the taking out. I'm gonna be playing on my big screen, of course.
True.
While we're on video games, I would like Xbox to let me play Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2.
They
have
be
the
cool.
rights to have 3. Why can't I go back and start playing 1 and 2 backwards compatible? Granted, they weren't made for Xbox. Because I would love to play Kingdom Hearts 3, but I want to go back and at least play 2. The storyline gets really weird with 2, and I don't remember it because it was 15 years ago when I played it.
There's so much in between of Kingdom Hearts 2. You got the remix, the redo. I don't know. There's they keep
a lot of mobile shit and stuff like that.
They keep releasing the same game with a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
So
I've been wanting to play 3 for so long.
I want to go back to movies, just because I thought about this earlier. I want 3 movies to have like a second part to them. Number 1, Monster Hunter.
I haven't seen it. Is it good?
It's a very cinematic and good movie, there's a couple things that aren't very important that they changed from the game, but like major people that are like, oh, it's got to be the same, were like all butthurt over it, and it doesn't matter.
I thought that it was absolutely fucking
was great.
phenomenal. I will watch it over and over and over and over and over again, without a doubt.
I'll give it a watch.
One of my aunts
I've never
is,
played the game, so I don't even know if I even like the movie.
one of my aunts is third cousins to Mila Jovovich.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
It's alright.
Nice.
Patrick Swayze was my actual cousin.
Oh, peace swizzle.
I'm related to Snoop Dogg in a very far distant way. My stepbrother's like his third or fourth cousin. Like their family's prominent in California, and he remembers ever so slightly him being at their family reunions when he was a kid back before he moved down here.
That's cool.
Anywho, but no,
the other
Hold on.
movie.
Yeah, what was your other two?
So the second one, I would say just because I want to see what happened, would be to have them make an Iron Man 4.
Can they though?
He's
If
dead.
it's placed before,
Technically, they could make it on like a prologue type,
Oh,
Yeah.
like him
Like-
going through.
like his dad,
Oh, I see.
like his dad's life, like half-life story.
yeah, but
Well,
his
I
dad
was
had no significance to his life other
His-
than he was an inventor.
His dad gave him the power and the mindset to get to where he was.
But I was thinking
Yeah, but-
more of a.
but his dad died when he was a teenager.
He died when he was a teenager, yes, but he made him who he was, off of his thought of his inventions and his intelligence.
I was thinking a time skip like movie. Like
I mean, they kind of do that with Captain Marvel.
they do.
Exactly. It's like she went back in time, or not Captain Marvel, but they went back in time, and he was
That was Winter
around
Soldier.
his dad. Yeah, there you go. I couldn't figure out which movie.
It
that
was
like,
Winter
when did
Soldier.
they go back?
No, I'm pretty sure in Captain Marvel they also were back then, and they had seen
That wasn't Winter
Mr.
Soldier.
It was.
No, that was an Avengers movie because they had to
It
get all
wasn't,
the
Captain,
stones.
it wasn't
remember?
Captain Marvel. She didn't go.
That was Infinity War. Or
When they showed
Civil
how his
War?
dad died, that was Winter Soldier.
Yeah, that was Winter Soldier.
That was Winter
you
Soldier.
talking about like the car wreck?
Yes, that was Winter Soldier.
That was an Iron
But no,
Man
there was a
movie.
whole scene where they went back in time,
That wasn't back in
and
time.
they had to
no.
avoid him at the military base.
I think that was Infinity War. Now that I'm
That-
thinking,
no,
'cause
'cause
I grabbed the-
It was
That
the
was
beginning of an
Endgame.
Iron.
Was
It
that-
was
That was
the
No,
It was the beginning of an Iron Man movie because it was a hologram immersion display like a TED Talk, and he
No, so what Corbin
it was
means
a whole different. Yeah.
back
Oh well,
to grab the Tesseract. That was during the end game because
Yes.
that's when they all were in the circle.
Yes.
It was Smart Hulk, but they split off to get the Infinity Stones.
yes,
Yes.
And they went back in time
yes,
to where it was what's his dad's name? Tony Stark's dad's name was working at that military base.
It
And
wasn't Endgame though.
yes, it was.
yeah, it was. No,
It was the very beginning of Endgame.
I can't. It was a smaller movie because I've watched Endgame multiple times through, and I said it's something else because it was.
Actually, no, it's not the beginning of Endgame. That's the big part of Endgame.
Civil
because-
War.
Huh?
no.
Captain America's Civil War.
Civil War's when Iron Man and him fought.
No, because it wasn't
It
that
shows
either.
it right here. I'm doing
Oh,
research.
he's talking about the death
the,
of yeah
the death of the parents.
yeah from the CCTV
yeah.
camera
Yeah, no, I'm still talking about they went to a military base. They went back in time to a military base, and it was Tony Stark was in there too, and they were having to avoid him the best way they could. Man,
that was
kick my
part
ass.
of Endgame. It
Hold on.
was because
Alex is looking it up.
he made the
I think I agree with you on that,
the-
Pinkster.
parabolic
So Ant-Man?
parabolic strip or whatever, and
It
or
might have
Mobius,
been-
the Mobius strip.
No, it
that-
wasn't Ant.
Pinkster says it was Endgame.
It was Endgame because he had to figure out because what their goal was. Thanos already had the fucking stones and was about to tear shit up, and they're like, "Hey, there was a point in time when all the stones were here on Earth, and then that's
Avengers
when-
Endgame.
It was Endgame because remember, actually, Tony Stark met his dad,
yeah,
and they had a conversation and they talked. Like, he was
at
like
the army installation,
about,
yeah,
being
It
a
probably was.
whatever. And Tony Stark's dad was like, "Yeah, you're gonna be a great dad someday," or something like that. And he was like, he learned from the best or some shit like that. I remember.
yeah. It was a lot of I like that like not banter, but
It was
all the wording and stuff that Tony was saying to him, but it was also meaning like, "Hey, thanks, Dad," type shit.
right.
Yeah,
I really like that.
I remember.
That's when Human Jarvis was revealed. I'm pretty sure.
Yes. That is when
I
Human
didn't
Jarvis
watch
was
that.
revealed.
Which I always thought that it was the Vision actor.
Nope.
Because it sounds so familiar.
Yeah, wasn't he?
No.
was
It
he
wasn't.
not?
No.
Vision, the actor,
Yeah.
I know him
Yeah,
from A
yep.
Knight's Tale.
From what?
A Knight's Tale.
A Knight's Tale. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like oh fuck, what else is he in? AI, I think maybe. I don't know.
Yeah,
But I
no,
know
I mean, he wasn't AI in that movie.
he was or wasn't.
I don't know.
Well, Vision is an AI in of itself, is what I was.
No, I'm
meaning.
talking about the movie AI.
I know.
Oh, but I know who you're talking about, but that's who I thought Jarvis' voice was this whole time since Iron Man 1. Like I thought that's the voice that clicks in my head, but when we seen Jarvis, it wasn't him. I'm like, and it threw me for a loop. I'm like, that's not who I thought I was. Legion.
They did a
Legion. That's it.
Legion.
Yeah, he was the angel. Yeah.
They did a whole series with what's her name, Peggy from Captain America,
Yeah.
with Jarvis
Mhm.
as the secondary character.
Talking about WandaVision?
Who was it played by? It was around that same realm. Like I
It was
can't remember who
WandaVision.
did it though.
No, it wasn't WandaVision.
It was a
Was it Netflix or Paramount? No, it'd been Disney.
Disney Plus,
Yeah.
but excuse me, it was a whole series on Peggy
Yeah.
fighting like Hydra agents.
Yeah.
Huh.
And because it was made by Disney, all of it, like the
I know.
WandaVision and stuff.
Yeah,
so
so
it
I
has
don't
like
know,
the
yeah.
same kind of cinematic view. It's just one story in another.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Freaking
Where is that? I haven't seen that on there. The only thing I thought they made
it's
was
like
WandaVision,
it's Agent Carter.
Falcon, and
Agent
the Soldier.
Agent Carter.
Ah, okay, there you go.
But yeah, oh, and that guy that I thought was Jarvis played Priest in Priest, that vampire
Yep,
movie.
there you go. That's a good one.
freaking
That was a good fucking movie.
Now,
Mhm.
the last one, The Ringer.
The Johnny Knoxville.
With
Yes.
fucking Johnny Knoxville and the Down syndrome kids.
Yes.
Was
It'd
that
be a good time for him to do it, even though I don't think it would play out as well in this day and age.
no? This day and age, it would not work.
No. I'm not saying they need to remake it. I'm saying they need to make a second part as to like him and Lynn and all that.
Well, granted, it actually it might work out because it's employing kids with disabilities and Down syndrome and stuff like that. So it might work out,
I mean,
and it'd be
'cause-
the best time to do it because after Jackass 4, which I need to watch
I-
forever.
well,
that shit
like
too.
the most modern movie. Well, there's two. I can't remember which one came first, but Eddie the Eagle, and there's one that Shia LaBeouf did where it was like his
Peanut Butter Falcon.
Yeah, there you go.
I fucking love that movie.
Yeah, it's like those are fairly recent, and in
You
this.
don't have to scream.
Sorry, it sounds like
What?
you're screaming. But
It's just because you're hearing them away.
Yeah. That's a now time, they were both made fairly recently. So I mean, it's kind of the same realm of time.
What I would like is them to redo, like, immediately ignore what they did, but Aragon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
That wasn't a bad movie either. I don't understand why it's so frowned upon.
It's because it was overshadowed by another movie that came out that year.
No.
Yeah.
They messed up the story severely.
That was probably part of it too. Yeah.
I have the entire book series because that is my
I
favorite
love the
book,
book series.
They've seen it.
and they destroy
They
everything.
simplified it very much. I don't know.
So you got to read
Your
the book
opinion.
to understand it. Like,
Yeah.
it's the main. Okay, you remember the movie, right? You remember those bug creatures?
Mm-hmm.
They do not die until the third book on a mission by Aragon and the cousin Roran. They literally hunt them down in their own homes for revenge.
I need to go back and read those.
And that was even an
Those are good
excellent
books.
execution of that movie too, as far as like visually and everything.
Visually, it was okay.
Cause like it's hard for me to get into like knights and stuff. There's very few like A Knight's Tale and like I'll watch Monty
Pinkster,
Python just because
you're
of the
gonna
comedy.
fucking make me mad.
What?
Ooh.
What?
They said I have a trash taste in books.
How dare you?
No, the
Pinkster.
Aragon series is a beautiful books. I need to go back and read them because I read through all of them as a child.
I will loan them
But that's
to you.
why I said I don't think they didn't do Aragon as bad as they did Avatar. I'm still going back to that adaptation.
I find those
That's
on
the
a
worst adaptation
those
from show.
Neck and neck for me.
so
Are we talking about Blue People Avatar?
no the Airbender.
The last
Yeah.
Airbender?
The movie was destructive. But so
Ugh.
I've
Bleh.
seen it.
they messed up the sword because the sword that they had in that movie, and it's a broadsword. It is not a fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. Granted, you learn the story of that sword later on, but
Yeah.
it is it is supposed to be blood red at all times. Like, I'm talking bright red,
Yeah.
not fucking shining with the sunlight.
Yeah.
How was it an awful series, Pinkster?
Of what? What was an
Like
awful series? Books?
we enjoy this feedback. We want to know your opinion as well.
Yeah, thanks,
Is it
sir.
talking about the books was an awful series?
Yes.
The books were done beautifully. The show I would give to Jared. The show was definitely
No such thing as that movie.
I agree.
Yes.
My stamp of approval.
See now, where I interject on that or intervene is I'm all about like CGI and the artist in me. I was wanting to originally go into computer generated effects and stuff like that. So I thought the aspect of that was kind of cool and it was done very well. But as far as the storyline and everything, that all got.
So, where did Corbin go?
He turned his camera off.
So here's the thing: the visual effects were nice, but the whole
It's gonna piss me off.
karate, like everything having to do with karate, it took like 5 earthbenders to lift a little rock. That was stupid.
What do you think on the aspect of the firebending that they changed, where fire had to be present?
No.
yeah that.
That
Well,
was stupid.
it had to be in the series.
But it was a little bit of an equalization. It was because yes, firebending is a lot. It can be stronger, but the aspect of only like true firebending masters can just conjure a flame. That was a good look on the movie, though. I think
because
That was in the series like that. Iroh was one of the first people to ever just produce fire.
yeah,
but the thing is, in the animated series,
yeah,
the only ones that couldn't create was water and earthbenders because they had to have the earth and the water
They
there.
have to have the source there.
Yeah.
Firebenders and airbenders, air is everywhere, so it doesn't matter. But
Yeah.
Right.
firebenders could literally shoot it from their fist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't coming out of anywhere. And in the last fight scene, you see Aang fucking shoot it from everywhere, mouth,
But
hands, and
he's also the Avatar, so he would be
You
a
are
master.
right now. Now I'm thinking about that. That makes sense.
and then what I think would be better is how they portrayed like different styles of firebending. Because in the last fight of the series, you see fucking the Fire Lord Ozai make this special like little fireball that doesn't look like fire, but it's fucking there, and then he just blasts Aang with it.
Yeah.
And then there's the blue fire and the lightning.
I don't like that they changed it, personally. And Pinkster's chiming in here. The firebending, I can understand why they changed, probably for cinematic reasons, which is understandable, but it still doesn't make the movie any better.
No.
Ultimately, it made
Netflix is coming out with a re-adaptation of the live action version of it.
I would have liked to
And I know
see,
they can't. They have enough power and money to do it. They can't fuck it up too bad.
I would have liked.
No
I don't
worse than
know.
what they already did.
I haven't seen. Or it's been a while since I've seen the animated series, but I would have liked to seen waterbender that's completely landlocked, but sees like clouds above, and like pull
Just
that,
fucking
just pull it
rips it
down,
down.
and like condense
That's,
it and
that's
whatever.
a distance.
Huh?
Most clouds are almost a mile above you.
Oh yeah,
But
but
they-
like say Appa or
That's-
something, like like you're
Yeah, I
up
know.
in the air or
More
something.
bloodbenders. Don't worry about no
Pinkster
clouds.
agrees.
Want more bloodbenders.
Pinkster agrees.
Well, you should watch.
That's one of the
Korra.
best Korra
with the
adaptations that they
funky
put
color
into the show was that they had bloodbenders. Like,
Yeah.
so I was thinking that through the first. I was like, if you could waterbend, why couldn't you
Yeah, 'cause it
bloodbend?
equalizes it a little bit.
It should equalize it.
Because it
What's up?
was kind of like an OP thing. Yeah, they were evading and stuff, but it equaled amount to where the general army of the firebending had to still have that fire present, and Ozai and
I feel like they should have the whole time.
fuck, I can't
Iroh?
remember. But they have to be so good in order to conjure fire, and so that it was a decent. To me, it felt like a decent thing. Like they had to be so tuned into their shit.
I think, like in Korra, the sequel, they explored more into different types of bending for each.
Mm-hmm.
Like there was the metal bending, there was lava bending.
Blood bending.
Yes.
They had a airbender who was like rogue and could float, like fly,
Mm-hmm.
and he literally killed someone by bringing the air out of their body.
Yeah. Was there an electric? I can't-
Kind of like
Uh,
first.
No, no,
like,
that
I
was
mean, that's
paired
what
with the
firebenders,
metal
they
bending.
can do electricity. There was
It was paired with the metal bending because they could like throw a line at somebody and then shock the shit out of them.
I'll say I don't think they ever mix the two of those, which would be a great, a very interesting fight to have a metal bender versus a firebender that can do electric or
'Cause-
lightning bending.
Yeah.
I'll be
That'd be-
interested
that
to
would
see
be
that as
interesting.
well, Pinkster, because they're Netflix is coming back with the original writers of that series, so it's not going to be as garbage.
it's an Avatar,
Oh, good.
literally Avatar universe is what they called it.
Okay. Cool.
Well, good. So that's if they have that, thing makes me feel better about that. They're taking, especially the original writers, because I hate that fucking movie.
Okay. What other media are you guys looking forward to?
Well, I was actually looking. I was just seeing this on my research. No, not that.
Anybody watch
There's a
Vikings
game called
Valhalla?
coming out March 31st. It's called Weird West.
Weird
Yeah.
West?
Yeah, for all platform. Well, PlayStation, Xbox, PS4, Xbox One, PC. The publisher is Devolver Digital. I haven't watched any commercials or anything on it. It's just it's rated M for mature, and I'm thinking it's probably going to be something around.
I think I was watching Bam watching some gameplay on that.
Yeah.
It's like a Undead Wild West.
Weird West.
It's like an Undead Wild West.
Okay, so another game besides that got announced that I'm looking forward to. Have any of you played the Xenoblade series?
No.
I'll be right back, guys. 1 second.
It is a very much Japanese, weird waifu kind of oriented game because there's a lot of but the storylines are good as long as you can deal with some cringy portions. Like, it's very much a grindy game, like both of them, but there's very good storylines, very good twists in the games, and they're coming out with Xenoblade Chronicles 3, which combines the universes of 1 and 2, which they're connected anyways. If you play both games, you'll realize that they're both like connected halfway.
In some way.
Do you hear background music?
No.
But I'm looking forward to that game to see what they do and how they combine the universes.
I mean, I can put some on. It's not that deep.
Yeah, it just seems like it's a dead. Not a dead, but sorry. I just realized that we didn't have any like middle tone background music like for the general public.
Mm-hmm. What about you?
I agree.
Yes. I'm looking for. I don't know if it came out already, but Sifu. I don't know if anybody's seen that. It's actually it's a pretty good concept of a game. It's like, so you're this guy fighting around, and every time you die,
you get older.
You get old, and like
Really?
it's pretty freaking cool until you like die of old age, I guess, or some shit. So it's a pretty good concept. It looked like it had some good fucking art style to it. It looks like it was a pretty good game. I'm looking forward to that. I don't know if it came out already or if not.
That's a good game. I like that concept of like playing so long that you eventually die. You can't just play the game infinitely. Like Red Dead.
Yeah.
Like I like to go back. I want to go back and play Red Dead 2 as Arthur.
Mm-hmm.
But then I want to play Arthur so long just to get like all of his little draw and all the adventures I could go through as Arthur before I turn into John and then eventually I just die because he's slowly dying throughout the game anyways.
Yeah.
That I play him so long that he just dies and forces me to go play the rest of the game. It's one of those weird plugins that I would, because I played the game, I played it all the way through and realized like I'd rather go back and play just as him.
Yeah, see, that's
so I know
what
if y'all
I
play
did.
that. He draws his drawings real good. You go through and play the dinosaur bones or anything of the, because John Morrison can't draw for shit. He's just always like doodling everything in his book.
Yeah. See, that's what I did with Red RDR2. Is like I'm one of, well, when it comes to Red Dead or Assassin's Creed, I do all like side mission stuff first, and then I go do the main story, unless it's like forced. But one, because you'll be OP as fuck, but I also in RDR2, I had the that book, the hardback, that helped you like find stuff and whatever. Or hey, you need to go. It showed you a place to get a map, and then from there you go and venture off.
But so what Corbin reminded me of with that age thing is it didn't kill you, but in Fable, like the original, every time you level up, you grow older with age.
I can't. Yeah, that would have been a good aspect to a game. One game that I wish was made based off of the movie, I think they could have done. What the?
Thaddeus.
What up, Dad?
What the fuck?
What
Thaddeus
happened?
coming through with that
Emotional
subscription.
damage.
Emotional damage.
Emotional damage.
But was In Time. In Time could have been a decent, really creative game, kind of like a cross between Watch Dogs and RDR2, not style-wise, but like in technicality. Because has anybody watched In Time? Justin Timberlake. About
Yep.
Yes.
like when you turn 21, you're given this year timer on your skin, and it's a digital timer when you're born. And once you turn, when you turn 18, your time starts going down, and your income is your time. So if you work, once you get your paycheck, it's time. You know, there is no money. Like if you want to get a coffee, it's 5 minutes of your time. You know, and so I thought that would be a real because it's not like Grand Theft Auto where if you go around killing somebody, you get money by just killing them. No, you gotta like challenge that person, do the fighting, which is that wrist turning shit. So like you have to like take their time by flipping their wrist around and everything.
I think that'd be a dope remake.
Definitely a remake. Oh yeah.
Alex, we ain't heard much from you tonight.
And he just did a good little significant part about the not the waifu, but
Ifu.
Yeah.
But something I would love for them to do is like bring back not just like a couple, every like miniature game from old consoles. Like PlayStation 5 brings back all the old PS2 games because there was a fuckload of those.
Yeah.
Like
they just
Prince
got
of Persia.
They just got to this past console. They haven't been backwards compatible since PS5.
No, he's saying like remake them almost, but like like a refurbished type.
Yeah, even if you can't remake them, just bring them to the console. Like, there's this game for Xbox, like original Xbox I have, called I think it's Kung Fu Chaos or Kung Fu Frenzy.
Yeah.
I have been dying to play, but I can't find an original Xbox that works for the life of me.
I've got one downstairs.
I got one at my sister's house.
They say you
I
gotta
am
check to see if
bringing
it's backwards
next time.
compatible.
No, you know what game they need to remake Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah.
That game-
Ninja
I
Gaiden was
fucking
awesome,
love that.
man.
That shit was so fucking gory. It was amazing. I
And
enjoyed
thing
that game
is,
so
with today's graphics, it would be annihilation.
for real though. It would be an ultimate game. What else?
What about Driver?
Always.
Oh yeah.
But
Can't
thing is,
go
like
wrong with
with
that.
Driver, it was a little bit of a turn on. Well, it was actually before, but it's like being a spy without getting out of your goddamn car.
Pinkster said, "I love that
making-
they re-released Sly Cooper."
Sly
Yeah.
Cooper, yes.
Sly Cooper and also what was that
Jax.
dragon? The
Spyro?
Spyro.
Pyro?
Spyro
They
was
just
cool.
they just did a big remastered of that not
Yeah.
too long ago.
Yeah, and Crash Bandicoot as well. I know
Yeah,
Thad
they
did a lot of that.
Is it Jack and Dexter?
Jack
the
and
other
Daxter
game?
was my shit, man.
Yes.
Hell yeah,
what
Kung
was
That's
Fu.
what I saw on PlayStation.
They just came out with a new game for Ratchet and Clank.
Did they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
What about Freestyle? The fucking it was basically I don't know how to describe it. I mean, it was dirt biking, but it was like all the famous dirt bikers and not BMX, but MX riders and doing the most craziest stunts and the most crazy arenas and stuff.
I'll tell you the actual name of it.
It's called Freestyle.
That just reminds me of a game called Downhill Domination.
Love that game.
That,
I don't think I played that one.
oh my god, it was a classic.
Ratchet
what-
and Crank.
Clank.
Ratchet and
Clank.
Clank. Yeah, they just came out with a game with that one. But Downhill Domination, you go down. You start at the top of a mountain,
Yeah.
and it's and you do tricks and stuff. Level yourself up. You get more weapons. Like the ultimate weapon is a water bottle. You chuck at other riders. But it was a good game. My brother
I
Chris
know which one you're talking about.
is a beast at that game because he'll fucking just like in the air just, and it's a ultimate combo.
Jesus Christ.
That's the one you're
But-
talking about for PlayStation 2.
Yes.
I
PS2,
have-
man.
I have a PlayStation 2 copy of this game.
Ooh. What is it? Ooh.
What is it?
Ooh. Oh, I gotta
What
know.
is it?
What is it? What is it?
The Scooby-Doo
Hey,
games?
they just did
Okay.
a SSX on X. Well, I don't know if it's on both, but on Game Pass, Xbox, there's an SSX game. Here's
Really?
here's. I don't know if you can see it very well.
No, it's the phone brightness.
Oh, I recognize that game.
Yeah.
A new NBA Street game.
That
Because
would
the
be
first
dope.
Or
the first
the
Xbox game I ever played was NBA Street 2 or NBA Street 2.
Volume 2, yeah.
Yep. That's where I learned like off the easy. I was doing. Oh man.
Golden Gloves.
They should come out with more Xbox indie games. I don't know if you guys remember those like little small indie games they used to have.
I was about to bring an indie game out.
Those games were the
There's all kinds of fucking games on
What
Xbox.
about Jared will like this Golden Gloves.
I don't remember.
I think it was called Golden Gloves, but like the guy on the front was a big Afro dude, just fucking, or not big Afro dude, but tall, skinny Afro dude. It was a boxing game. I think it was called Golden Gloves.
So, this is for like my D&D nerds. This is a PlayStation 2 game that was like around, like, if not exactly, close to D&D, called Champions of North.
Ready for Rumble?
Yeah, ready for Rumble. Hey, champions.
This game was an indie game,
Yes.
but it felt like a live action D&D.
So I'm going
Nerd.
to show you this.
Yeah. Ready
I think
for,
but I never played it.
that only played like 4 times, and I miss it. Like,
I want a new. I like to go back and play the old Rampage. We have a new version of it that's
yeah, it'd be like
Visually
3D world and everything.
It's like when they made the new movie, they should have remastered the old version of Rampage.
Yeah.
There was a game that was like Rampage. It was a game where you fought as either giant monsters, aliens, robots. I can't remember what it was called, but it was like a fighting game between 2 giant monsters, and you destroy the city. Me and my brother, it was on a fucking a demo game like that had like 30 games on it for the PlayStation 2. Me and Riley fucking played that fighting each other, but we wouldn't even fight. We would go around, stomp the citizens, destroy the buildings, and then just throw freaking stuff at each other until one of us won.
Bankster said, or you can just play D&D, you loser.
The D&D is hard. You got to find the right session. I'm a D&D beginner, and I've played through 2 sessions with Bam and a couple other people, and they can't hold a session together long enough to get me intrigued into it.
I want to play D&D, but I haven't found.
Look at Alex's face like,
We'd have a good
Really?
session if my old school D&Ds could let me play like right now. Like let me sit on Skype and play D&D with you, so I don't have to drive all the way to the left. Just sit around and play D&D for 2 hours and everyone get drunk and pissy with each other.
Right.
facts.
If we're gonna get drunk and pissy with each other 2 hours in a D&D sessions, let me be at home an hour away from everyone and play it.
Yes,
But like,
Mixer,
oh,
it
you
is.
can't. It's not the same if you're playing on your phone. Like, no, it is. Everyone's just drunk in
Agreed.
their own respectable place. And if we're gonna end it very soon, I don't have to drive there, play for an hour and a half or 2 hours, and then
And then
drive
do
an
we-
hour back home.
Corbin,
I don't think
you
so.
could host the ultimate D&D session in your van.
Bro,
Oh, we could, bro. Don't get me started. We can have this motherfucker go down. If I could have the mental capacity to be a DM, oh, we'd be set. Especially in a Skype session, because everyone, it's that much more comfort zone to a bunch of take this the wrong way, but nerds playing a game in their own, like in your own room.
I would
Everyone's
love.
sitting in their own room
I would
and
love
everyone
to be able to
comfort,
sit
not
at my
sitting at a
PC.
table like
Yeah,
Like-
drink your drinks, and you don't have to worry about driving after.
I would love to sit at
even
my
that,
PC and play.
like your comfort at your own home. You're not sitting there like someone else's home, a little bit shy or awkward or uncomfortable doing your thing. Like, no, if you're in your own room
Right.
with your own pieces, having your own comfort zone to figure out what you're gonna do and how you're gonna go about the actions you're gonna do, oh, it'd be set. I would be so into D&D. I'd have my own tower right here, like, and you could lie about like, oh, I rolled this or that. But
It would have to be something on like when you roll, it would have to be visual on the screen. You know.
yeah, you have a face cam and then you have a dice cam.
You know, now think
That
about it.
or even say D&D Beyond if they made a separate thing where say DM starts a session, right, and then everybody logs in, kind of like how this looks, and then
They definitely have this.
and so once he says, okay, so and so roll for initiative, that person clicks a button and it literally rolls onto the screen, and it goes,
That'd be cool.
and then there's the roll, you know, and it's no.
They definitely have this. I promise you, they definitely have
What's
this.
Alex got to
If
say?
they don't, I'm slacking. I'm gonna make that shit tomorrow.
Yeah, what's up, Alex?
People are slacking. I haven't heard of D&D VR. Why is that not a thing?
It is.
It is.
No,
Is
that is if VR does not have a D&D session, I am never gonna buy a VR.
It makes complete
They-
sense. The comfort of your own home, you're also transported somewhere else differently, and the DM could be, I don't know, and doing
mean,
God knows what.
Technically,
And-
Skyrim on the VR would be D&D.
Well, the thing is, there's no DM in that, and you can't play. Well, it depends on the version, but you can't play with others. Like, what I think would be a good one is it's still turn based, but you're your character, and you can choose like in VR they have this little mini menu. You're like, all right, I'm going to use this weapon. Here's my roll. Here's that.
Yeah.
But that's also a very complicated and necessary setup structure because you have to include every ability, every roll. Like human mistakes have to be made, but you have to be able to include like, wait, I also get this roll and this modifier, etc., etc.
It
But-
also become, because if they do go in depth that much, which at least on D&D Beyond they do, if they put that programming in, it'll be a lot of automatic. You know, a lot of
Yeah.
people will lose track of. I mean, it's not a bad thing, but at the same time, like OG D&D players would be like, "Oh, this stuff's all automated, and you gotta remember. You don't have to remember shit, you know." And
That's why I mean human error.
yeah.
But the DM could be overlooking or play as the monster or something like that. But that's a whole bunch of here and there. Like someone has to code all that. Someone has to write all that. It's just a whole mess. Probably a multi-million-dollar game.
Sounds like a whole bunch of DM problems.
Yeah.
Sounds like that's a very popular thing, and why shouldn't they do that?
True.
I feel like there's more D&D nerds at this point than there was years ago when they didn't have the money or the backup to do it.
Look, I'm a magic nerd through and through. Always have been, always will be.
I didn't get much into the card playing. I did collect some of the cards, but because I like the art on them. But I was more like Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, shit like that.
I couldn't get into Magic, and I only did the Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon just to have the cards.
Yeah.
I literally only played Yu-Gi-Oh with Riley and his friends, and the only reason I had a deck is because I was like, all right, I'll buy a deck, and they told me what to buy, and even then, I have no idea where it went.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a
know where my
movie they
cards
should
are at
make
either.
though. Like a
What?
Yu-Gi-Oh.
They do.
Properly
They
and not
They did
Americanized.
the
Proper
dice game. They did the elementals. They kept on. Is one of those is like whipping a dead horse. You should have left it at the general card game and the original series. They could have kept on pushing some of it, but they changed it so much. They added dice. They added specific cards to play a specific deck, and you started completely changing it from its original form. You had to do so much more.
They had a series where you were on a like motorcycle playing.
Yep. Remember that one too? That's just
PTX or some shit like that.
you just keep on ruining. You ruin things by trying to make it more, expanding it and advancing it. But at the end of it, you ruin it just by doing stupid shit. Exactly like that. I forgot all about that bike version of it,
It's
which is
just
a good thing I probably forgot.
yeah. But in VR they have Yu-Gi-Oh, but it's a shitter's game. Like I saw a clip of this dude like, and this lets me play Pot of Greed, which lets me draw Pot of Greed, which lets me draw Pot of Greed. Like it was just over and over and over again.
As long as I gotta have a wrist, the wrist.
Wrist-
That was the last version of Yu-Gi-Oh! I got down with when they put the little wrist desk in. I had a full. Oh, that was the shit. That was the stuff.
It allowed for mobile Yu-Gi-Oh.
Joker said, "Get your ass up out of bed."
I still want one of those to this day. That's one of the few things I have not picked up
You ain't gotta be.
that I would love to have, just for no good reason. I don't even have a Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck, but I'd still like to have that. And I would build a Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck off of that.
What's going on, Ron?
Oh, nothing. I was just talking to a friend on the phone.
Okay.
You have no friends. We're all here.
Okay.
Alright,
Any books you guys are looking forward to come out? Because that's technically media.
I
I don't read.
technically,
yeah, I'm an idiot. I don't read
as
books.
far as like the mainstream books, I don't really. I like finding books out of random. Like I'll go to a dollar or not a dollar store, but a
Bookstore.
not
Thrift store.
thrift store, yeah. And go there because the most random of random will come across your plate, you know?
So
Stephen Ambrose needs to write more.
there is a sequel series coming to Aragon that I'm looking forward to.
He's stuck on this Aragon topic.
I am. But there's also
Bag series.
I've heard that there's going to be another Vladimir Todd series, but I don't know.
I hope there is.
You guys remember that one? It was like 8th grade bites, 9th grade slays,
Yeah.
and it just went on.
If there's a good recommendation I could, Jared, do you or anybody, do you like futuristic fantasy books as far as, and it's kind of like a, not a murder mystery, but like some shit goes down and they don't know who it is and they got to figure it out, and it's kind of video game based too. That's like 200 years in the future. But the way I could describe it, it's more like, have you seen the movie Surrogates?
Mm-mm.
Bruce Willis, about you get into this coffin, it's called, and you control like a robotic version of yourself, and you can make it young and all that stuff, so it never ages, and so your image is all preserved, but you're controlling this robot from a coffin at your home, you know, game station. But because it has that kind of aspect in it, but it's called The Eye of Mines, by James Dashner, I think. The Eye of Mines.
That kind of reminds me of the show that I think Ben was watching. It was like where if you have, oh, Kyle's here.
Hey, really quick, Really quick.
What is that?
It
I
says
can't
we're
see
not
it.
quite balls deep.
Oh God.
It's actually a 3-book series. The Eye of Minds is the first one. Then it's the Rule of Thoughts and the Game of Lives. I haven't read Rule of Thoughts or Game of Lives yet, but the Eye of Minds was amazing. Who is this?
It's Kyle.
Oh,
Cow.
Kyle.
Kyle.
Ow.
This is the.
It's Cow's beanie.
Eye of Minds. Okay.
That's the cover, and I tell you what, because it's about like everybody has
Hey,
this.
what?
Everybody has this computer chip in their head that keeps them, if they choose to play the game, if you die in the game, you just get respawned, whatever, go back to your coffin or whatever. But something with there's somebody in the game that's like phasing somebody with a ray of some sort, and it's frying that chip in game. So
Okay. Real quick,
and so as
Kyle,
soon
you
as
lower your
they
camera.
die,
You.
what?
So, yeah, on the big screen we can see him, but on this one we can't. There you go.
But somebody's frying the chip in game with a ray of some sort, and so the person, if they kill the person dies at home in their game station as well.
Oh God.
Because there's also a movie that had that same, or no, it was Surrogates, because
Is
the
Sword
person would go
Online?
on their
Don't they do
surrogate
that?
or into their coffin and control their surrogate throughout the day, and somebody shot the robot with this ray, and then it like burned the eye sockets at the person at home.
Daddy,
Yes.
I'm scared. The Reapers come to get me.
Wasn't Sword Art Online the same concept? I didn't watch it, but I thought
No.
that was the same. They would die IRL if they died on game.
You're thinking of Dot Hack.
Possibly.
Hi, Kyle. Welcome. Did we wake you?
If you woke me, I'd have been here earlier.
You just went a little hard.
No, that's
Yeah.
that's that. Oh yeah.
It's okay, buddy.
Latency in your video, Kyle.
It's okay.
Could be like that sometimes.
They do.
Yeah.
So, now that he's in here, what movies are you looking forward to seeing and want to come out?
And or video games.
And or video games?
Well, as far as movies go, not really looking forward to any. I kind of stopped watching movies. With the exception of, like, you know, certain Marvel characters getting their movies finally, but like movies have come to a point for me where they're just too predictable. Good horror films are hard to find.
Yeah.
Always know who the killer is 20 minutes in, you know.
Yeah.
Like movies have lost their appeal.
Well, what's this new movie that's coming out? This with the Jordan Peele. Jordan?
No.
Nope. It's gonna be a pretty good movie. And it looks like it's gonna be a horror movie.
That does look good.
So I'm kind of looking forward to that one.
Jordan Peele is a good director.
He really is, though. He makes some fucking fire movies. So far, he's what is he? 2 for 2? Well, I really didn't like Us. Us was kind of a weird movie,
Yeah.
but
Well, he was going for it.
Oh,
I mean, it was just difficult to understand. Like, it was understandable, but it was just like I didn't enjoy it very much.
You know what movie I would love to see a sequel to?
What's that?
Mars Attacks.
Not a sequel, maybe a redo.
I have it.
Like different. I mean, same
Tim Burton.
general story, but just modern effects and stuff.
Did we lose Corbin?
No, he's still on.
I don't know where all my
I don't know what he was doing, but to add
He's diddling.
to add a detail from earlier's talk on oh fuck, what was that video game that's a movie now? Tom Holland.
Uncharted.
Uncharted is now, I believe, second place in the all-time net worth gained. Like, either it's just under Avatar or it has now surpassed Avatar on domestics alone.
That is, I'm gonna look at that because that's difficult because Avatar made.
Come on, Uncharted.
Yeah, there's an
Bullshit.
interview where they brought that question to Tom Holland, and he was like, he just looks at the camera like, "What the fuck?"
No, they're talking about Spider-Man.
No, Uncharted.
No, then bullshit. Fuck this new generation. That is not the greatest.
It's not. But
Even Avatar is. No, never. I could not.
we're talking about the blue
Couldn't back
people.
it up. But no, but that's what Spider-Man just took. I thought that. I thought that whole interview they were talking about the Spider-Man doing that.
Yeah.
I don't have it. I don't know where it went.
I could not agree. I think that's just.
Oh no! Oh, Uncharted is way off. They are way off. So Avatar made $2.0 billion off that movie, and then Uncharted right now is at 274 million. So they're
they might have been talking about the Spider-Man then.
Yeah, because that's the one that's pushing it, which is understandable.
Series.
About the Aragon up, yeah.
I don't think any movie could like make as much money as Avatar. Avatar made so much money that they decided, hey, we're gonna make fucking 4 other movies and still have money to roll in.
I was about to say Avatar too.
Hey, Kyle.
Have they made it yet?
Supposedly they're trying to make 4 of them. They're supposed to come out like years apart.
The new one is Avatar: The Way of Water.
And they're making them all all at once and immediately after the next one, so that way when we come into the new movie, it's as if no time has passed on the last one, which is, I think it's going to be hard to do, given that it's been 9 to 10 years since Avatar was released.
Oh, the puppy dog.
Well, baby.
Yeah, they're at all 4 years apart, or 2 years apart each movie.
Yeah, they're supposed to be, but Avatar was also talked about being released 2 years ago.
The puppy dog.
Oh, Crowley baby.
Or the second one, I mean.
How Crowley.
Puppers.
Little puppy dog.
The Lord of all hell.
So I'm gonna try something real quick on my screen.
Oh no.
Want to see what it is.
Has anybody else seen the oh, I like that. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre on Netflix?
I have not seen that. I've seen it.
I seen they came out with it.
It was actually badass. I know me and Kyle talked about it. It was fucking badass.
It's kind of dope looking though.
Yeah.
That's the one where the girl inherits the house.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But going back to live action movies, what did you guys think about, if you guys even remember, the Dragon Ball Z movie?
Oh God.
It's fucking horrible. Oh. They should try to remake it and do something with it.
And I say, call it racist or whatever, but keep Asian people as the people.
Very true. Very true.
Don't Americanize it at all, unless the character is
That might be worse
American.
than the Avatar remake.
That one was pretty damn bad.
Kyle, what's your thought on that?
The Dragon Ball movie?
Yeah.
Evolution, as it were?
Yeah.
Does not exist.
So Avatar.
Or GT.
Yeah.
Go back to old school days.
No, dude, GT came out with
over Evolution.
Say that again?
Yep.
I will confirm GT's entire saga before I ever confirm Evolution as an existing movie.
Agreed. Because GT's got one of the best Super Saiyans alive. It's the only thing that GT came out that was worth anything.
Oh, here's a good one. The new Mortal Kombat that came out.
I have not seen it. I don't
was
know
not a
why. I
fan.
kind of.
I actually liked it. There's small couple things here and there that could have been different, but ultimately I liked it for the because it was last one that was made was like early thousands, if not the 90s. So
I think.
what was that, Yanni?
Sure, yeah.
What's that, Sleepy?
2003, I think, is when they made Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
Okay. Hell yeah.
But the new Mortal Kombat movie, the live-action one, was... I mean, there were elements to it that I found to be... swallow, but overall it was a really good movie.
Yeah.
I don't know why I refused to watch it. I don't know. I don't think it would.
Well, minor spoiler alert, but I really liked the way they did Scorpion's whole overall character arc.
Yeah, definitely.
And the descendants of the Shirai Ryu was fucking awesome.
And I like with Sub-Zero when they did that close up on his hand and how it was like it was bursting his skin. It almost hurt him to use his powers. I thought that was very interesting. Like that way he has such a chi lock in that he could just hurt himself and do it.
Kind of makes you think about it before you use your abilities, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it brought a lot of humanity to the characters overall.
Yeah, definitely.
I guess not really humanity as much as I mean, like, it really showed a sense of mortality.
The only power that I call bullshit on, sorry, Alex, it's not a spoiler, but at the same time, it's an aspect that I just didn't like, kind of like the firebending in Avatar, was Jax's arm. Like, it was supposed to be an unlocked power, and then all of a sudden, this technology just all of a sudden,
Yeah,
because that means the technology was there. It's the
Have you watched-
bullshit.
Yeah. Jared has one.
I do highly hope for a sequel, and I hope they do the sequel right. I would love to see the first version Sub-Zero actually take the mantle of Noob Saibot.
Oh, definitely. That would be cool.
He's already fucking close in that film anyway. So I think that would be awesome.
Corbin Lee?
Hey, what's up, Day? Yeah, I love Arcane as well. It was actually pretty cool. Our chat shows that that Day says, I love Arcane. What do y'all think? Or have you watched
Arcane, that's the League of Legends movie, right?
Yeah.
I have not watched Arcane.
I haven't watched it yet.
I don't like League of Legends.
I personally liked it, and it was a very good like story written and the artistic look to it as well.
Yeah, I've been meaning to give it a shot because I really loved League of Legends itself. I mean, I still do. Actually, Steven and I was talking about that last night. And so I should probably give that a chance.
Oh yeah. Like I really wish some of y'all had watched it just to get your take on like who your favorite character is and such. But like my favorite is Jinx, which it's kind of mainstream, but like she's one of the main characters. Actually, like the main character for the most part. Oh, good. I can putting it off.
Liking the main character.
So
We're not getting all of the details out, Pinkster.
did you guys see the piece that I put in the group? Not the video, but the Plumbus.
Yes, I saw
Yeah,
that.
I seen that.
I want one.
Then buy it.
Kyle would thoroughly enjoy it.
I don't think he heard.
Kyle, did you see the Plumbus?
Not yet, because I'm doing the stream through, or the podcast through my phone tonight. So give me a second, I'm headed there.
No, he's looking, or he's showing you.
Trying to.
There you go.
Well, let me turn my screen back off. There we go. Yes, babe. Oh, that's awesome.
It's a plumbus bong.
I'd smoke out of it.
You smoke about anything.
Like a champagne, literally a champagne plumbus bong.
Yeah.
So, quick question. What are the top 4 things on the stream?
Top left would be the donations, the
Followers.
and then the star is...
These 2 are going to be deleted.
Okay, well, what are those from?
That's subscribers and bits.
Oh,
So technically it's only going to be these 2.
Yeah, so just the left 2 is going to be tips and following or subscriptions.
You should
To
follow.
answer your question,
Go for it.
the game that I'm anticipating right now
What?
is Square Enix to get off their ass and finally release FF7 Remake Part 2.
Yes.
That has honestly my full attention right now. I am tired of waiting for Part 2.
Yeah, I agree.
Part 1.
I wasn't a big Final Fantasy just because I didn't play them growing up, so I just never got into it. Same as the Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
They're free on Game Pass right now.
Nice.
I was gonna say, I think you should give them a shot. I mean, and honestly, like 7 Remake would be a really good game for you. Like if you've never played the original, then Remake would be a really great game for you, especially if you like action adventure RPG style like games.
Yeah.
Like Ninja Gaiden. You ever play any of that on like Xbox?
Yeah. We were just talking
Okay,
about that earlier. Jared was bringing up a whole bunch of Xbox original games that we were trying to say like they should bring back and remake.
Remake or just re-release.
Like Kung Fu Chaos.
Yep.
That would be good. Now, FF7 Remake isn't... Yes, it's titled Remake, but it does not actually fall under the general categorization purposes of Remake. Still, I think it would be a good... If you haven't played the original, I think that starting that would be really good for you. Combat is very similar to like Ninja Gaiden. Overall story is still fucking amazing.
Yes.
Isn't it the exact same story, just they remastered?
No! No, it's not! And that is where Square Enix lied to us in the beginning. Because in the beginning, 3 years ago, when they were first announced that they were actually finally making it. Okay, so let's back up a little bit. Back in like 2005, 2006, I think, PlayStation 3 was still pretty new. And during a Sony's showcase, they showed us a teaser trailer of Final Fantasy VII with updated PS3 graphics and all this. And it was titled, "What We Could Do If We Decided to Make a Remake." And then they said, that Tetsuya Nomura stated that we will not be making a new Final Fantasy VII until we've managed to make a game that surpasses its infamy. They never did that, and they're not going to.
Yeah.
So a couple years ago, they finally said, "Hey, let's do this remake." And they told us when they announced it that it would be faithful to the original, but it would have we could expect some changes, for modernization purposes, because they wanted to incorporate the whole of the Final Fantasy VII compilation, which includes things like Dirge of Cerberus, Before Crisis, these other Advent Children, these other Final Fantasy VII outlets. And several months into the creation process, they still kept saying that yes, this is going to be a faithful remake, just with some slight changes, graphical maybe. Certain characters might have some changes to their designs, but nothing that the fans would not appreciate, nothing that the fans would have a problem with. This was Square Enix and Tetsuya Nomura, this is what they said. Then lo and behold, a few months before release, we find out that, oh, there's quite a bit of changes. And then we got the game and we played through it and discovered that, yes, overall, I guess if you want to stretch the term faithful, the game was faithful to the original. Like, there is Cloud, there is Barrett, there is a guy named Sephiroth who wants to ruin the world, there is a company called Shinra, it does take place in a place called Midgar. These are things that stayed the same. But then we start seeing things like certain characters, they don't really straight up confirm, but appears that they know things they shouldn't know, or they have insight into events they shouldn't have.
Yeah.
Then we come across like certain, and this is my own personal opinion, or that take place in the OG that are highly, highly important to another character's overall growth and development as a person, as a character. Those events have been completely scrapped, and for me, I feel like that ruins the overall growth of that one specific character.
Does Aerith not get fucking bodied?
Well, we haven't even got to that part in the remake yet.
Oh no.
The first part of the remake part 1 only takes place in the first 3 hours of the game, of the OG. But like one of the last missions of the OG in the first disc, when they're blowing up the pillar and they're destroying Sector 7 slums. Now, you could argue that one of those characters, Wedge, might have survived because he did fall and landed in front of, was not on the pillar when it collapsed. Now, personally speaking, a fall from that height would kill you. However, Cloud fell a significant distance and didn't die, so it is not beyond the realm of possibilities to think that Wedge may have survived. However, Biggs and Jesse are on that pillar when it collapses. There is no chance for them to survive at all. And in Remake, they have completely removed their deaths. They both survive. If you in the ending, it shows them. It shows Biggs alive. It doesn't show Jesse. But their death was highly integral to Barrett's overall growth later on in the game, because in the OG there was Barrett, Tifa, and those three characters, Biggs, Wedge, and Jesse, they were Avalanche. There were no other cells. There were no other branches. It was just that small group run out of the Sector 7 slums. And they were created to stop Shinra, and they had overall goals that they were supposed to meet when their objective was done. Them dying, Barrett felt a very strong sense of guilt, like it was his fault. He felt responsible for their deaths. And that helped him grow as a character. It helped him become a better leader in the long run. That's all been scrapped. There's no way for that to really take place now. I mean, yes, he doesn't know they're alive, but it's certain flaws. Zack Fair being alive, this whole twisted timelines. These are things that, in a sense, are still good. They do make good story components, but they, at the same time, they basically destroy the original fabric of the game for me.
Yeah, that causes concern.
Does that look better?
If Eric doesn't die, I'm gonna be pissed.
Jared, does that look better?
Looks all right. Like, it's more centered. Yeah.
I took away the top two.
Yeah, I saw.
I also wish Rockstar wasn't so goddamn greedy.
Yeah, no kidding.
I need them to come out with GTA 6 on Xbox.
I need them to come out with Undead Nightmare 2.
Well,
or at least a DLC.
I'm pretty sure Red Dead's dead.
I mean, they're still adding to it.
Are they? The last I knew that
like
they basically just stopped supporting it.
Well, like how GTA has their updated like missions and heists and stuff like that. They're doing the same thing for RDR.
Because they have Red Dead Online, don't they?
Yeah.
Yes.
They
Yeah.
do, but it's not doing as well as they had hoped it would.
Yeah.
Oh no,
But
definitely not.
it's gonna be another GTA Online.
But you're not going to see GTA 6 on current gen consoles. Well, last gen consoles.
Mm-hmm.
Mine's the
GTA
newest
6,
one.
Xbox Series 1 and PS5 and PC.
Mine is the newest one, and I can't find it.
Huh?
Mine is the newest Xbox, and it is not on Xbox. It is
It's not out yet. No.
It's not
I'm
out.
saying, you
I'm-
won't see it. It will not come out for Xbox One or PlayStation 4. When they finally do bring it out, it'll be Series X and S and PS5.
No, it's supposed to be on its way.
Yeah. They also said that when they ported GTA Online over to current gen consoles, that it was going to be free this month on Game Passes and PlayStation Network, and they completely didn't do that either. Now you've got to pay the full price for the game.
Fucking what I'm looking forward to that they need to come out with is Elder Scrolls 6. Not online, not a remap. Elder Scrolls 6.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
It needs to happen.
Well, love you, baby. Turns out, after the Fallout debacle, I've pretty much given up on Bethesda.
Yeah.
What's the Fallout about?
Fallout 76. They gave us a massive multiplayer RPG game that, on release, was nothing they said it would be, and then over the course of time have changed it into something that they said it would never be.
Hmm.
Now, yes, if you play it now, it is a decent game. I mean, I won't take that away from it. It is a decent game, but all of the bullshit and the controversy that surrounded the drop and the current installment of it have just ruined it. I have no faith in Bethesda. It seems to me like Bethesda has joined Microsoft and the whole let's not worry about what the fans really want. Let's just make sure we can get their money.
Lauren,
His
and
last
you
thing.
watched...
Sorry.
All right, go ahead.
Last thing that I know that Bethesda came out, which that was halfway decent, was the Doom remake.
And it was okay.
I liked it, but it got old quickly.
What's Johnny Cage? Is that what it was?
That's
No.
Mortal Kombat.
No. There's another Johnny game. That was like a fighting first-person shooter game.
Oh, you're talking
What was
about
the name of that game?
You're talking about the dude in the
Cyberpunk?
sunglasses and
Duke Nukem?
What?
Duke Nukem?
Duke Nukem.
Yes,
yeah.
Nukem. They need to remake that.
My favorite thing is voiceovers, making him say weird shit.
Yeah.
I'm here to chew ass and shoot gum, and I'm all out of ass.
Yeah.
Oh, those are my favorite things. Let's see.
I'm here to chew bubble gum and fuck somebody's sister, and I'm all out of bubble gum.
The Evil Within wasn't a bad game.
Was it?
People Within?
Yeah, it was good.
I
What was
watched
that
some
good
commercials on that, but I haven't played it.
That was a Bethesda game I didn't mind. I hadn't played part 2 though. It's your typical, survival horror game. You limited supply of ammunitions, monsters everywhere, and death a lot. But I mean,
Yeah.
What'd you think of the new Resident Evil?
Like the remaster or like the new one?
The new one, where it's Mommy Dimitrescu.
The Village.
I watched that be played. I didn't play it myself. I was on Twitch a lot with it.
So I played it in its entirety, and I liked it. It was better than the 2 remakes they gave us.
Yeah.
Resident Evil 2 remake and Resident Evil 3 remake, in my honest, personal opinion, sucked ass.
Hey, Kyle, since I showed you the tapestry, now look at it with the lights going.
So next week, I'm just gonna be a guest at your place for this, and then when I leave, I'll have a new tapestry, right?
I mean, you are more than welcome to be a guest in the lovely stream room. I am dead ass serious.
He's saying he's trying to steal the tapestry.
You can
I
try.
think it would be easier in the long run, just because of sound purposes.
I mean, if I'm being honest with y'all, y'all are being played through these. This is how we hear you.
Okay.
I'm playing you through my cell phone.
We play the sound through this, and all my shit comes through that.
Nice. I always like whenever I come home next, we do a big group, like in person with the video going. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
That'd be cool.
Absolutely. I don't know if my room's big enough for all of us.
We could move it somewhere.
Do you know how difficult that is?
This tapestry makes anybody want to do drugs.
Did somebody say that, or
Yeah, Pinkster.
it didn't show
Okay,
up?
ladies and gentlemen, I
It
just want
showed
to be
up
very
on the
clear.
screen.
I do not support the use of narcotics, but I do fully endorse psilocybin.
My man.
Microdosing, always good, always healthy, keeps your brain right. Every now and then you need that mental reset. Go for it.
And this is the other tapestry.
That's cool.
See if I can. I'm gonna try to do this without getting my mess in it.
PlayStation controller in your hands?
Huh?
Is that a PlayStation controller in your hand?
No, it was not.
Ah, damn fag.
See it?
You were one of them too.
That's the other pretty one.
It's nice.
It is pretty. Not as pretty as you though, my man.
Oh.
Yeah, Joker's the prettiest.
It's this beard. So I'm thinking about getting this side re-pierced, getting a portal gun, and then Rick's portal on this side.
That would be cool.
I'm getting my fucking Earl done tomorrow.
Oh boy.
Your Earl?
Yep.
Ooh, nice.
See, I wanted originally to go here, here, and then here. Ron beat me to it. So, I was kind of mad about it.
That makes sense.
Because I came back with these piercings from Iowa, and he showed up with this one. And I'm like, son of a bitch. I guess we'll have to make it work.
Yeah? Oh. I'm multitasking? Oh, man, look at me go.
So, I know we have a couple people in here. What movies are you looking forward to? And what movies would you like to see made? While we're sitting here waiting on Ron to get back. I know Day's got some interesting movies. Day is a anime guru.
I do not want to see any more animes turned into live action. Leave that shit alone.
No.
They need to stop ruining really good animes with that bullshit.
Yes, I agree.
Like,
Doggo.
Full Metal Alchemist was okay. It was one of the better ones they did, but still, stop doing that.
Like we talked about before, Jared. Berserker.
Yeah.
That's one I'd be okay with.
Berserk?
Yeah. That would be one live action I'd be okay with.
I think I'd like to see what they would do with Fate Stay Night.
Really?
Yeah. Because you have Hercules, you have the Archer, You have what's her name? The sword. Can't remember what her title is, but you know what I mean. You have the Lancer. Like just seeing the live action of who they would make those people. No.
Yes. Sorry, I was answering a text message from my
No,
sister.
Kyle's shaking his head no.
Why no,
I
Kyle?
am. Because every time they do a live action based on anime, it turns out shit. And you want to see what kind of actors they would use, which has been proven time and time again, no one we know.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I don't want to see actors I know because that just means I have an expectation from them.
You should have expectations in the first place. Stories like Fate Stay, and Death Note, those are compelling stories. They draw you in for a reason, and a lot of the artwork that was used to make those shows were phenomenal for their time. I mean, you got to take consideration these shows are actually, for us, are relatively new, but in all actuality are really fucking old.
Yeah.
I mean, shit. We got Dragon Ball Z when Japan was finishing up Super. No, I mean, not really, but that's kind of how it goes.
Yeah.
Like Dragon Ball, we got in the 90s when it was actually made in like the 80s. But I mean, like, to turn those stories into live action, I mean, yes, we have the resources, I suppose, to make them good, but
Well,
the studios just aren't doing it.
Yeah, but also like you were saying, it takes a while for it to get here. But nowadays it doesn't because everybody's so invested in anime that we get them like the week they're out.
You know what? Here's what you can do. Don't give me any more live action versions of animes. Instead, give me anime versions of live action movies that were good.
That sounds like a deal.
That I can get on board with.
Like example, the Game of Thrones series, okay? That entire series, redone in anime, could be a whole lot better than it turned out to be.
Look.
Even with the writer not being involved.
Look, they did it with Letterkenny.
They made an animated series, yes.
Yeah, Letter Shorts.
No, Little Kenny.
Oh.
Little Kenny, and it is phenomenal. I think I'm a big Letterkenny freak. To be fair.
To be fair.
To be fair. Easy there, Squirrely Dan.
Katie's.
Take about 80% off their Squirrely Dan.
But Kyle, I really am glad that you are able to join us, man.
Yeah, me too. Sorry I slept.
Jared, I'm glad you're able to be with us.
Hell yeah.
Ron's in the process of watching children. He ran out in a hurry. So, but let's see. There was another movie. Oh, they're making another Fantastic Beast.
Yeah, they are.
Stop caring when they got rid of Johnny Depp.
Mad Mikkelsen will be taking over the role of Grindelwald.
Yep.
Will
you watch it?
No.
Well,
Why?
okay, so it's I'm a bit ambivalent about it, but I will watch it, and only because two factors. One,
Okay.
I'm really invested in the overall story of the Wizarding World.
Okay.
It's one of my favorite universes. I'm not gonna lie. And two, I really do appreciate Mad Mikkelsen as an actor. I think that he can do the role well. I think he will do it justice. I am disappointed that it won't be Johnny Depp, but
Agreed.
I don't control the world, so until I do, Pinky. I will sit back and I'll be happy to tear apart movies that should not exist.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that being said, if they make a new Pirates movie and recasting Captain Jack Sparrow, I will not see that.
Same.
And that is solely because they've done so much with Johnny Depp as the titular character that I could not see anyone else being that character.
They were going to have Zac Efron as Captain Jack Sparrow.
Nope. I will not. No. No. Why put Zac Efron in a Johnny Depp reality? Why?
I think they canceled it, but it was when the whole fucking Amber Heard shit was going down.
It makes no sense to me why they would put Zac Efron in a Johnny Depp role.
I don't know. But that's the reason I'm not going to watch Aquaman 2. Because of that bitch.
You know, speaking of Aquaman 2.
Oh, God.
And Jason Momoa. You want to know a movie I want to see done that I'm waiting for?
Let's hear it.
You just brought it up. I want, more than anything, for Jason Momoa and the writer that he was working with to get back on board and finally make the remake or reboot of The Crow.
Yes.
With Jason Momoa as Eric fucking Draven. That's what I want to see. Stop canceling it. Finally fucking do it.
Make it happen.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I want to see it happen. That would be epic.
I am a die-hard fan for the comic of The Crow because the comic is a vastly emotionally deep.
Emotional damage.
No shit, but emotionally deep, running depression, poetry, love, symbolism, and the way a lot of people like it. I fucking hate the Crow movie. It does not do the comic book justice at all. I think it makes a mockery of it.
See, this is what I like.
I will agree with you as far as City of Angels, Retribution, and every other movie, Crow movie after the original.
No,
But the original, I think, was probably the closest and spot on for the comics. And I say that because even the writer agrees. The writer of the comics agrees that Brandon Lee's portrayal of Eric Draven was so on point, was so critical that he was really happy with the way it turned out. He did not like the subsequent films, however.
I will say the actor was all right. I don't think he gave full justice to the Crow because literally the first panel of the Crow, you see him get stabbed, pull it out, lick it, and literally he says, "I feel pain on an atomic level. I know pain as more than any person." And it's not just that. It's also the poetry of the loss. They made a fucking Hell's Night or whatever the fuck it is when Devil's Night, when that didn't happen at all. They were on the side of the road. Their car broke down, and that gang pulled up on them. That's the original Crow.
But I don't believe that was Eric Draven's story.
The original Crow, there was no remake. The Crow is not a superhero. The Crow is not a being to be.
What I'm saying is, the characters in that comic, the one you're specifically talking about on the side of the road, I don't believe that was Eric Draven's version of Crow.
It was Eric Draven. That was his name.
I remember in the comics that I read that Eric Draven being thrown out a window.
Hold on.
Well, while you guys are doing that research, guys, if you're new to the channel, welcome. We got 5 views in. If you're new to the channel, we are the Midwest Bullshittin' Boys. We literally talk about anything and everything. Right now, we are on the topic of movies that should be released.
Okay.
And video games and other media type adjustments. If you aren't already, hit that subscribe button for more. We are here every Thursday, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Tell me I'm right. I love it.
Okay, it was not Eric Draven, but
like I said, tell me I'm right. I love it when you do that. I live for those moments.
The main, like, the writer is James O'Barr.
Yep.
He made the main character James O'Barr. The Crow was written as a way of him to deal with the death of his fiancée by a truck driver.
Exactly.
Yeah. But see that's why I was trying to. That's what I was trying to explain to you. The movie, the Eric Draven Crow, was the only movie that was close to the actual comics, because in the comics, the Eric Draven story arc was very much similar to the movie, because the Crow is not, as you said, he's not a superhero. He is a being that is brought into existence by extreme loss and vengeance.
Okay, I think I may be behind. I have only ever seen or heard of one Crow comic. Just The Crow. Not a series.
You need to look at the series.
The original.
I would personally say look at the series.
Yeah, no, there's series, because there's Crow, there's Crow Salvation, Crow Retribution, Crow the Endless Way, or something like that. I mean, there are so many variations of the story because it's not centralized around one specific individual. Each arc, it's much like Hunter x Hunter or any anime or manga. There are arcs. There are overtelling arcs per area that go along with those characters, and when that story arc reaches its conclusion, they go to the next arc.
That just makes me feel like it doesn't do justice to the emotional version of the first story. Like, knowing that it would have made a lot more sense and been a lot closer to home and a lot more meaningful, I think, if it was just James O'Barr, or I can't remember his exact name, and they left it at the one.
There's no money in it.
Yeah, but he made it as a way to cope.
He did, but at the same time, he found out he could make money off of his coping. So why not make some money off of it?
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, hell, a lot of the money that he got for the initial sales of the comics went into help survivor victims of assaults like that.
Yeah. But
so he's also one of the big advocates for abuse awareness.
Yeah, it's just, I will always say the first Crow is the only Crow. Just in my head.
And that's fine. We're not opinion shaming at all.
Yeah.
Never have, never will.
Well, it was a reboot. It's not a remake. It's not a remaster. It's a reboot. And it puts Jason Momoa in the titular role of Eric Draven. And I think that would be great because, I mean, like, Jason Momoa isn't... We won't see things like, the martial arts styles like we saw in the original. But we'll see a much more... I don't know, a much more human side.
A much more feeling spell.
I feel like Jason Momoa would make it too much of a comedy.
Have you seen I want to say I could be wrong on this, but the title I think is Daddy's Girl.
Let me look.
But no, I don't know if he could do a serious role like the Crow.
Sweet Girl is what you were thinking.
Jason Momoa's in that one, right?
He's the
Okay,
main
Sweet
character.
Girl. Yep. So you talk about not being able to do a serious role. Watch Sweet Girl. Jason Momoa puts on has a very serious role in that film.
I will agree. That movie, Jason Momoa had it spot on.
Yes, and it's all about a family being assaulted and the mother of the family being killed, and the father and daughter trying to, basically seek out vengeance as well as cope with the loss of the matriarch of the family. But
Ron,
it's
with me on Jason Momoa.
It's so engrossing, and it's a great film, and there are some surprises that will kick you right in the testicles. I promise.
Yeah.
But it's a fucking good film.
Okay, but also Eric Draven wasn't a bodybuilder type. He was muscular, but he was not.
No, he was a scrawny rock star, actually.
Yes, exactly. And right now, Jason Momoa would have to lose a lot of muscle and a lot of weight.
Not necessarily.
So, really quick, hold on. Kyle?
Yeah.
They did a remake of The Crow with Jason Momoa.
I know.
In 2019.
Yep. And then they stopped. It was never finished.
Who is Joseph Gordon-Levitt?
Robin in the Batman and the Batman movie with Bane, he plays
I'm about
Robin.
to show you.
You mean the new one or the old one?
The one with Christian Bale.
Give me a second.
It's like Dark Knight Returns or some shit. Yeah, that guy.
I could see him as the Crow. Like, maybe.
He played a lot of serious roles, but I honestly don't.
He was in Looper too. Okay. I think
I know him mostly from 10 Things I Hate About You with Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger could have played an
Phenomenal.
Amazing Crow.
Hence the wall art.
Yeah, he could have. He could have done a really great job, as shown by his portrayal of, the Joker in Dark Knight. But
Yep.
unfortunately, mental illness is a son of a bitch, and
Rest
his
in
demons
peace,
won.
buddy.
So we are robbed of that talent.
But
I said they need to make another Monster Hunter 2. Make a Monster Hunter 2.
Wait, live action movie?
yeah,
They've already made one.
Yeah, you know that disaster with Mia Jovovich?
I thought it was good.
All right.
I personally thought it was good. The
Have you ever played
depiction
the
of the
game?
desert soldier, I wasn't a fan of. But outside of that, I loved it.
Have you ever played the games?
Yes.
Okay. Before I personally allow anyone to defend that movie, I make sure they've at least played the game, because if you haven't played the game, then you cannot defend that movie.
I've ran through that game multiple times.
Okay. All right.
I
The only
liked
thing
it.
I liked about that movie was I liked the animatronics and the VFX for the creatures.
I think Mia did a good job. She's an amazing actress. personally.
We will agree to disagree on this.
So
I love you. I don't think she's all that great. That's my personal opinion. But again, this would be you and I debating this would be like me and Corbin debating Dave Bautista as an actor.
There is no.
I think Dave Bautista is a great actor.
it depends on his
speaking
role.
of Dave Bautista, an actor, I wish Corbin was here for this.
I don't know where he's
Because
at.
I do owe him an apology due to a previous podcast when he was talking about a Dave Bautista role that I told him he was wrong about. He was actually right.
What role?
Riddick.
Yes.
So he was telling me that, or he was saying that Dave Bautista had a role in the last and final Riddick movie. Now, at the time of that debate and that conversation, I told him he was retarded, that he was wrong, that it was not Bautista, that I have seen all 3 Riddick movies. He doesn't exist. I stand corrected. I have seen 3 of the 4 Riddick movies, and the 4th one I had not seen, was not even aware of. The last Riddick movie I even knew existed was where he became the leader of the Deathmongers. For me, it was Pitch Black, the animated, and then Chronicles of Riddick. Those were the only ones I knew existed at that time.
So,
I will say,
I was wrong.
one role Dave Bautista plays that I think is kind of cheesy, but mostly because it's a Tarantino movie. The Man with the Iron Fists.
yes.
It's so cheesy.
But it's
And-
good.
The whole movie's cheesy, though.
But it's
Probably
good.
It's a fucking grind. It's a good movie.
Speaking of Jason Momoa,
Yeah.
another serious role. The new Dune movie.
Yes, although his contribution was not very large, but yes, that was a very serious role. There's another movie. It's also a Netflix movie. It's a one-word title. It starts, I think, with like a B. It's like Brada or Branda. He lives in the Alaskan Alaskan frontier, and
Oh, I know
he's
what you're talking about.
an everyman.
I'm looking it up right now. Braven.
Yes, that's a very good film too by Momoa. That is a serious role.
Road to Palamona.
Have not seen that.
Watch it.
I will. Here, I started this evening out saying that I don't even watch movies, and here we are talking about movies that I'm gonna watch.
Did you know he was in Once Upon a Time in Venice?
I did not know that.
It's a very short role, but he's in it.
That's the most recent Tarantino film, isn't it? About the movie industry?
No.
Oh.
It's about a private detective with Bruce Willis.
Oh. Okay. Different film. Got it.
No, I don't want to know top 5 Jason Momoa movies. Gather he was in. Podcast? What's up? He was in a movie called Debug.
Of course he was.
He was also in the Lego movie.
Yeah.
He's also going to be in Fast 10.
Oh God.
And then, of course, Conan the Barbarian.
They're making another one?
Another one of what?
Oh no, is that the remake they made of Conan?
Yeah, in 2011.
Oh God. They should have just left it as is.
What the hell?
Twat, did you lose?
I've been asleep. The remote control to my TV.
The what?
The remote control to my television.
Oh,
is in my-
bro. Ron,
Yeah, I
are you
was gonna-
coming back or are you going to bed? And I think that Jared might be taking a poop.
Yeah.
I was right.
No, I'm just scrolling real quick, doing a little research.
That's why you left. To go get food.
Oh, this has been here. It's only half full.
Oh, I didn't know what it was.
All right, gentlemen, I'm gonna go urinate. I will be right back.
Alright, we're gonna go to break, guys.
Okay. I think I'm gonna be heading to bed myself because I do got work in the morning.
Fine, leave me.
But I love you guys. I will be here next week, of course. It was great being on the podcast.
Absolutely. We'll have topic by Monday or Tuesday.
Copy that.
Alright, brother. Have a good night.
This was a good one though.
Y'all too. Bye.
Later.
I don't know what that is anymore.
I'm hoping for a blizzard so I don't have to go to work tomorrow.
Dude, it stopped snowing.
Oh,
Shit
finally?
happens all the time. What?
I was like, finally stopped.
At 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock.
I say it snowed all goddamn day.
He just doesn't want to go to work.
Well, the thing is, like, everybody other than one other person other than Tommy is gonna be gone from my fucking department because they all took off for tomorrow. I'm like, fuck you.
They got time that they can take, man.
Yeah.
I used to have to do the same shit.
Sucks a big dick.
Man, I think after this, I'm gonna run to McDonald's. Oh fuck! What time's McDonald's close?
1.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna run to McDonald's.
But
This is the last half, the last 15 minutes.
but if it's bad weather and you don't show up and they don't count your points.
That's the thing, though. The roads are straight.
Oh, I'm saying if it is terrible weather and you don't fucking come in, they're not dogging it on you.
No.
What is that? I can't read.
So-
Stranger of Paradise? Is that what it says?
Strangers of Paradise.
Oh, shit.
So, a few months ago, they had released a demo for this on PlayStation 5. When I had the PS4, it was the demo because the game is on PS4 and 5, but the demo was just PS5, and I was sad. I was super sad I didn't get to try the demo out. And now, the week before launch, they've re-released the demo. This is going to put this game will put Elden Ring on the back burner for me. It's a Final Fantasy style game.
I don't blame you one bit.
And it's the story of the first Final Fantasy boss.
Yeah.
Yes. So Final Fantasy, when released back in 1980, God knows what. I don't have that date memorized anymore.
On 64?
No, on the NES console.
Yep.
Regular, just flat out Nintendo Entertainment System. It was, for the time, it was a great graphical game. Looking at it today, it's, what the fuck am I looking at?
Right.
But it was, when Final Fantasy's first conception, there was not a whole lot of attention done to game story, character differences, or anything like that. It was 4 Warriors of Light stopping chaos. That was the story.
Yeah.
Like, there was no path progression. Every dungeon you found was basically by accident.
I mean,
It was-
when you think about it, that's one way to make a. Because if you don't set a designated course, the player finding their way, 1, 2, running in, it's a random occurrence.
Yeah.
To the player, at least, and
Yeah.
it makes the game that much longer and more time consuming. As
Well,
far
yeah,
as like
yeah,
longevity, because they could say, like, there's no telling, like, say there's no Game Informer or whatever that says, hey, there's 15 dungeons.
Yep.
And so maybe they get all 15 dungeons, and then they go back and they still are looking for more dungeons. Well, then that'll tell them, oh, there's no more, you know. So then they can proceed on. But I think that's a creative. I mean, it's lazy, yes, but it's creative in a sense of the exploration.
Well, when there was nothing really to work with, that's what they had to do. They had to be lazy. And then they now are progressively showing everything.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good game. I mean, it was hard as shit because, like, any clues to, like, the progression of events to the main dungeon, any clues you find, basically you find by mistake. If you manage to actually be like me, or, you know, be a fucking purist and talk to every single townsperson, which And games that don't have verbal dialogue
Also my
suck
light, not
ass.
yours. What do you think about? Well, were you in the conversation about the Wii's not working anymore?
Yeah, I was not in the conversation when that came up, but I read an article about it.
So the Wii and Wii U will no longer be working after. I think it's
Odd network.
yeah. After a certain time frame.
Yeah,
That's a system I wish they would remake.
Yeah, not the U, because they're like, I mean, they kind of adopted the Sega Genesis. No, it's not the Genesis, but the handheld Sega in that sense. But also, then Nintendo popped off. I mean, it's Nintendo Wii, but whatever. They pulled that idea and made it its own it is its own console, but the Switch, and so basically they reimagined the Wii U.
With the new Switch
Yeah.
coming out, the Nintendo Switch is the old anything made past 2018, 19 aren't gonna work anymore
On network.
on network. That was their contract with the new Switch coming out. As they had
But
to
those
make,
of us with homebrewed Wii's will be just fine.
The ones that run off a disc, baby. I still got my fucking Wii.
I have my first gen Wii. It's at my mom's house, dude. It's got two GameCube controllers that come with it, and it's jailbroke like a motherfucker.
I never jailbroke mine. I probably should, but
I did it because I didn't have a lot of Wii games at the time. I got the damn thing
with my original Xbox, because I remember my uncle having a jailbroken Xbox, and it's just games on games on games. Like he had Duck Hunter.
Yeah. Hell, I modded or jailbroke my Wii so I could play Castlevania and Super Metroid. Games that I think were great when they were back then, but suck today.
Oh yeah. That's just with progression though. Like one game that I want to play, like go back play on PlayStation 2, that now that I am an adult, I have a processing in my brain that's different from when I was a kid because I couldn't get past like the second fucking level. But it was one of the Scooby-Doo games. And now, like, if I can think back because I have it engraved into my fucking brain of like my pathway that I go through this mansion, and it never occurred to me to have to do double jump because I never had a game that had double jump before that. So
yeah,
and I know exactly that it did have double jump. It's just my fucking dumbass brain didn't think about it back then.
Makes sense. Glorious times.
Hell, even the game. I'd buy the GameCube again. Like, there's some
good
little games on there, and the fact their shit was like this fucking big too.
Right. There's a Zelda game on GameCube I really want to finish playing. Called The Twilight Princess.
Yes.
I started that. I was like 67% through the game when my friend's daughter asked to play the game. And I'm like, yeah, sure, knock yourself out, play it. Not paying attention, I didn't set her up to play right, and she overwrit my file with a new save. I never went back to it. I never picked it back up after that. I was that angry.
With the Matrix on PlayStation 2. I had gotten so far, I was almost done with the game, and then one day I was so tired. I think I was like maybe 12 or 13 at the most, and I was just so tired. I'd been playing all night, and I go to fucking save, and I'm one notch down because I saved like multiples, you know. so you could always go back to like a chapter or whatever. But for some reason, but it was like a subcategory thing. So you had like 3 mains, and then you can be putting your sub into it, right? Well, I wanted to go into a new one just to save like where I'm at the farthest in the game, separate from all the other ones. Turns out I overwrit the entire fucking thing. But where I get lost at to this day, because I can't remember, is that it overwrit, but it was new overwrit. Like, it was like erased. I don't understand.
Oh,
that.
man. That
You got
sounds like a
freeze
bug
frame,
in
bro.
the memory. That's what that sounds like to me.
Well, you have a freeze frame.
Oh, I don't give a shit about my frame.
Fine.
Hold on. I can see you. That's all that matters, baby.
You damn right.
No,
There it is.
I'm ready for Madden to go cross.
Yes. Oh, why is that not a thing yet?
Because I want to school your ass in Madden.
Shit. You mean you and your Kansas City Queefs?
Ah, you just offended him more. He a Bronco, bro.
I know he is. That's why I said it. I got nothing bad to say about the Broncos.
Do you see we picked up Russell Wilson?
Yes.
Oh, that's not adding much.
Does he not know the dynamic trio we have now?
Ron doesn't know sports really. Not his fort. And I respect that. Sports is a new thing for me too, Ron. Like I just got into it these last couple of years.
Yeah, like
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
I'll root for home team. That's it. I enjoy watching
like-
the games. I love playing the games, but I'm always gonna be home team.
I enjoy playing them, but for me, I really enjoyed the video game aspects of them. So I thought, in order for me to really be able to get good at the video games, I had to start learning the sport outside of video games as well.
Yeah.
And it kind of built up an appreciation for watching it. I just don't get all the hype about home teams.
You know a game I haven't seen in a while? Any kind of like
What's that?
paintball game.
Oh, there's a bunch of them on Game Pass right now.
Really?
Last one was released 2019.
Huh.
As soon as I'm done with this, I'll take you guys to 7-Eleven.
You said
And if
McDonald's.
7-Eleven, if McDonald's is open, that's where we're going. And it's not always open. I went by there the other night and the bitches were closed. But then, at the same time, I went by there another night and they were open. Like, some nights they're open, some nights they're closed.
Yeah, at the same time, yeah.
It's like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, they have certain hours.
But like they don't shut the goddamn menu off. Like the shit looks like it's open.
You gotta look for cars in the parking lot.
Yeah, but I don't
Then
want to be
I'll-
observing shit like that when it's like midnight, okay?
I don't want to be observing it when I'm drunk.
Facts.
If you're drunk, you shouldn't be driving.
I'm not always driving.
I said, oh.
Oh no, wait. Friends bring back. We just finished watching that.
Did you cry?
I always cry.
I always cry. Always. Well, thing is, I watched it from beginning to end right as I got out of the military and came back here. And so I was, one, stripped of all my friends that I made in the military, so I was far from them. Two, anybody that was back here that I had hung out with was either on drugs, pregnant and having kids, or moved away. So I didn't have anybody but that show. Alright, for 3 months, or 2 months roughly. And I bawled my goddamn eyes out when I got to the very end, because that was the first time I watched it, A to B, like all the way down.
Yeah.
And I fucking cried my ass off. And
Is
I
that
went,
Michaela?
I was like,
That's my daughter's.
because before then I didn't ever see the ending. Because up until then it was just always rerun after rerun or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I actually saw the ending, and I went to my mom. I'm like, Mom, I miss my friends. Because like for the longest time, that show was my friends. It was
Quite
a
literally.
rough patch.
It's a good
What?
show.
Who did you say that was?
Those are my daughters.
Oh.
These are my beautiful daughters.
Hola, I know one of them.
Yeah, no. Wait,
They're very emo, so you know, and they're teenagers, so.
Cause we're going down in an earlier round.
No.
No, not even this
No.
day and age.
No.
They're more of a Panic at the Disco.
No. They're still too young for that.
Really? They're still coming out with music though.
Still too young for that.
They're
They're more of an I Prevail emo.
I Prevail, Falling in Reverse.
Yeah. Black Veil Brides, even.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. The older one here, she's a huge Motionless in White fan.
Oh, nice.
We need to. I think we need to do a music one.
Oh yeah.
All
yeah.
centered around music.
I'm gonna stuff my face with Pepperidge Farm.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Feels so good.
You ever heard of Brooklyn Girl Come?
Pepperidge fam.
No, I was watching a TikTok, and it was about it's about Ted 2, where they went to the improv.
Yeah.
9/11.
All right, I need a place. Star.
The offices of Charlie Hebdo.
I heard somebody say Starbucks.
No, the fuck you didn't. We're giving you the tools, buddy. Make some fucking comedy.
I also said they need to remake The Ringer. Part 2.
Part 2, yes. Not remake The Ringer. Because it's a great one all by itself.
They need to make The Ringer 2. Where Johnny Knoxville and Lynn are older together.
Katherine Heigl will never do it.
Way older.
I mean, it would work.
Katherine Heigl's a bitch in person.
That'll mean that she wouldn't do it. They offered her the right amount of money, they might.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, but it's gonna be way bigger than it was then. So
I mean, I watched it today. When the fuck do we get ice cream?
When the fuck do we get ice cream?
That's my favorite part of the whole movie.
Right.
You scratched it on purpose. You looked at it and you scratched it.
You picked it up, dropped it in broad daylight, and you scratched it.
Oh man. Yeah.
When the fuck do we get ice cream?
Alright, well, we're getting to that delirious part of the stream, guys. We are out of here. Thank you to everybody who stopped in. Thank you to Kyle. Thank you to Jared. Thank you to Ron. Thank you to Alex for joining in.
Alexia.
And Corbin for staying on until his phone died. Kyle for coming in late. It's okay.
Hey, fashionably late.
Presence is key.
I said 8 o'clock, damn it.
Hey, you know what? My attendance in school sucked, so just working with what I got.
But people fucking loved me, so.
Look, I'm gonna start saying 7 o'clock.
And just starting at 8.
Look, I know you might run on nigga time, so I'm gonna tell you 7.
I run on my ass is employed time.
Same.
You run on nigga time.
It just happens I can get off at 3:30.
So,
Yeah, I get off at 4:30 in the morning and then I sleep all day.
To be fair, that is.
I've worked Amazon before. It sucks.
It's acceptable.
Oh, it don't suck. It's great. It's just the shift sucks.
That's what I'm
Which
saying.
location?
I gotta wait 30 days before I can transfer to a different shift or facility or position.
What facility?
Days I'm going to a morning shift. I'm gonna go in. I'm going at like 7:30 in the morning, and I'll get off at like 6 in the evening.
What facility are you at?
FOE 1 out in Kansas City, over off 11 Worth Road.
The Shawnee one?
No, it's not the one with
No.
Casey's.
That's the one I worked at.
I'm in Wyandotte.
Well, there's another one off College Boulevard in Riverview.
That's
Yep.
where I worked at.
That's where they tried to put Michaela.
Yeah.
So we withdrew her application, and she got hired on where I'm at.
Same hours?
Yep. At the time, it was convenient because we only had one car. Now that we have the 2 vehicles, I can go to any other shift I want.
And other facility.
Yeah, well, facility-wise, there are some options, and some of them are extravagantly far away.
I worked on Renner. I was part of quality.
ICQA.
Yes.
You just count shit.
Yeah.
I was the.
Make sure it's right, and then I count shit.
I dealt with the robots. I was putting the shit in the compartments and bullshit.
Picker or stower.
Stow.
Yeah, that's what I do. I stow. But I don't have a robot. I do that shit by hand. I just run a fucking forklift that occasionally lifts me up to like 50 feet in the air. And I just push it in bins.
Oh, you do the big stow. Yeah, big item stow. Yeah. I was doing like the robot floor, or like, you know, the shit's all the way around. And like your position is at that one of those stalls, and they just come. You put your shit in, send, you know.
So you're in a cherry picker.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah, basically.
I
He
ran
handles
one of
big
those.
objects all day, except when he's in the
I
back.
do. That's when I handle the biggest object.
We're not talking about you, buddy. It's okay.
I thought of a great fucking tattoo the other day. Right on my hip. It's gonna be a caution symbol, right? It says small parts may cause choking.
I'm gonna get him to tattoo a stick figure with a floor buffer. Not even a lawnmower, a floor buffer.
That's great.
Just to always
So-
have it fucking shaved.
That's how I am. So, why the fuck not?
Right?
No, you get the lawnmower so you only shave that one little straight shot.
No.
Because then it's comedy.
It's comedy either way. See a little stick figure pushing around a fucking floor buffer, you're like, oh shit.
I want to get a farmer with a fucking sickle now.
And it's gonna have just a big V like cut out of it.
Right.
It's not even a straight line. It's just
Just work.
just one whoosh.
Oh.
That's great.
Well, have a good night.
It's been good. It's been
I'm
real.
getting off here. I'm actually gonna go to bed.
Yeah, he's a puss.
McDonald's, get some burgers, and then I'm gonna come home and play Stranger of Paradise demo.
I bet
Yeah.
you are.
I am. Word to you, buddy.
Word
Alright,
to your
bub.
mother.
We will see you next week. But I